Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome back.
Hey.
Big day today, man. Big stuff popping off here. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the Sunday Sip, where it is Sunday.
And we sip.
I go by the name of Terry.
I'm Addy.
And we got a lot to talk about today. This is kind of like a continuation of last week, except a little harsher.
Harsher?
Just a little harsher. This week is, we're going to talk about some things, and by the end of it all, we may have, one or two people still hanging out with us.
I think that we will be just fine.
We may ruffle some feathers out there, but we didn't start this. Just remember, we didn't start this. We just, gonna put our opinions and thoughts into the whole situation. If you're just now joining us and you're wondering what in the world is Terry talking about, today we're gonna be talking a little bit more about Carnival Cruise Line. Now, this started last week.
Not by us.
Well, no, we were
Not
just kind of we were just kind of going over all the stuff that was happening
in
the with the
world.
VIFP. I mean, the rewards program.
Yeah.
But then
Some
things
people
have kind of gone
Alright.
really left. So
Skirt.
today's topic will be about
we showing our love.
we're showing our just to let you know we
showing our love.
we
Where is it?
Carnival,
There it is.
right? Like this is where we started cruising.
Yes, we showing our
With
love
Carnival
today.
Corporation to Carnival. So things that we're going to say may be harsh, but just know that, we know where we came from.
Exactly.
But, we're going to get into some nitty gritty. So
Let me do the homework.
do your thing, man. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right. So if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a sipper, put #sipper down in the chat. If you are abroad on a ship somewhere, or you are crew, let us know in the chat where you are sailing and what ship you're on so we can make sure we say hi. Also, if you haven't subscribed, why not? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, make the little button do its dance thing and do all it has to do. If you have a question, please put the word question or a Q colon in front of it so that it stands out to us. That way we won't skip over it and we can make sure we get it answered. And if we don't know the answer, I'm sure one of the sippers will be able to answer it. We have a few that are quite handy in the interwebs and know all the answers out
All
there. And ring the doorbell. That is what we call the thumbs up button. There you go. Boom, boom. Hit that doorbell to make sure that you are coming into the party correct and sneaking in the back door. We always have a few backdoor people. So we want to make sure y'all get recognized. Hit that thumbs up button. It really does work and help us out.
That part. And that message was brought to you by Addy of Addy and Terry.
What?
All right. And of course, some of you like to imbibe with us every week. So today's cocktail, what is today's cocktail?
I don't even know.
What did oh, yeah, I'm doing something different. I'm bringing breakfast to the sip. We're going to do some banana pancakes. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you can find the recipe on our Facebook page. You can find it on IG, and you can find it in the community page on YouTube. Today we're making pancakes. Banana pancakes. That's the cocktail of the day, and we're going to probably need it. We're probably going to need some shots after we get into
Oh, speaking of
today.
shots, I did put in a goal, a super chat goal, if you want to contribute. If we get, I think
Oh,
I
Lord.
said 20.
Why are you doing that again today? Today is not the day to be taking shots.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with the people. I did. I think did I set it?
Today is not the day to be doing shots.
Okay, fine. But if y'all want to do shots,
They got to do shots. We always do shots. We don't never see them do shots. I don't think that's fair. We don't know if they doing shots with us or not. I don't see no pictures posted saying, "Hey, we taking shots with Addy and Terry."
Then y'all post them in the Facebook group to prove that y'all be taking shots with us, so Terry can feel
They just
better
be
about
wanting to
taking
see
shots.
us
Y'all
act a
just want to
fool.
get us. Y'all just trying to get us lit. Y'all trying to get us wavy. Wavy.
All right, man. So again, if this is your first time here, I promise we talk about cruising on this channel, and we will today. We are probably definitely
we
gonna
talking about cruising today.
ruffle some feathers and make some people upset with us, but we're just gonna be real. But then tradition, we're gonna go ahead and say hello to a couple of people, see who's rolling with us. Shout out to Cruising Capers coming in, saying, "Wow, 14 days. Now that's my kind of cruise." Christina, what's
I
going on?
know.
Saying hello to the cousins. We got Davia in here saying she ready to sip. Hope everybody is well. Have a blessed week, and got to be real. Thank you for your membership.
Thank you. Got to be real. She's been a member for 9 months.
Wow, that's big.
Saying, hey, Addy and Terry, hello to the sippers with lots of love, little
What's
emojis.
up? Shout out to Nadine saying hola.
Hola.
Saying hello to the sipping crew. DT said, hey, Bernice, we're having a blast. World America is awesome, and it's only day 2 of
They
14.
are doing a back-to-back on
Yeah,
World
I've been
America.
watching since like he started posting when they took off.
He is now the whiskey sour.
That's my man. That's my man's man right
the
there.
whiskey sour aficionado.
That part. All right, so let's see who else we got in here. We got Angie McDonald in the house. What's going on? Let's see. She has coming in with a question. Let's ask her some questions before
we have a question
we
already.
get deep. She says 97 days and counting till she's on a ship or heading to Alaska.
Oh, fun!
So that's big. But question coming in. Because we do answer questions and talk about
We
cruising
do. It
here.
is a Q&A.
She says, I'm thinking I got a killer deal.
Okay.
Please confirm or tell me I'm nuts. $1,500 for a studio on the Bliss, October 11 to 18 this year. In so Alaska, 7 nights. Do you think that's a deal?
For solo? Yeah, that's a good deal.
For a studio on the
Yeah.
Bliss?
Yeah, I think that's a good deal. Because, one, it's a newer ship. So Norwegian Bliss going up into Alaska, that's a newer ship.
7 nights?
Yeah, for 7 nights for solo, considering they don't really discount for the single supplement. I think you did good. Just being up, just be for what's the word? You are been forewarned that excursions in Alaska.
Have your money right. It's basically what Addy's trying to come out and say. Have your money right and have it together because it's going to cost a little
all
something.
the super fun excursions in Alaska are going to cost a pretty penny. We learned that the hard way.
Shout out to Jay Wash 4 in the house saying, what's going on, DC?
What's
saying happy Sunday sip
up?
from MSC World America.
I wish we were still on it.
Sherry Butler's in the house saying, my first live sip. I usually watch the replays. Looking forward to it. Shout out to Miss Sherry Butler.
Thank you for chiming in.
Welcome to the live sip, and you picked the doozy to come in on today. It's going to be 1,000 with it. Shout out to Ronald Blaylock in the house. What's going on, King Tolliver? Good to see you as well. Christopher's in the house. Miss Christy B's up in here saying hello to the sippers. We got Keena in the house. Says she's excited to get sipping. Brother Mallard, always a pleasure to see you up in here. We got Brother Q in the house saying, hey, no CP time this week for me. He coming in. Yeah, man. Shout out to Claude in the house, Tina Cole. So many people that we see every week and so many people that be hiding in the background. I'm not going to say hiding in the background, but that be in the background, that be rolling with us inside the sip, man. We're glad to have you here as well. So today's topic, we're going to get into it. We're going to ease, I want to ease them into it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I told you I'm your amigos.
But Carnival is in the spotlight.
It's like I'm your amigos.
Carnival Cruises is in the spotlight, but we're gonna ease them into it. I don't want to, you know, jump them off.
Vaseline. In the words of Ice.
We're not gonna do we're not gonna do the Diddy we're gonna help
Diddy
you all out.
is oil.
Oh, we doing none of that stuff. See, already getting off track. Look at there. All right, so Carnival Cruises.
Excuse me. PG-13.
They have been changing quite a bit over the last couple of weeks, and they've started a lot of talk. Of course, the first thing was when they changed the rewards and loyalty program, and that got everybody upset. But lately, it just seems like Carnival is just not the same Carnival that everybody loved. They've gone on to make some changes.
We have to do the church.
I should have had an organ up in here. They've decided to, for lack of a better word, rebrand. So let me say this, because we do have a lot of people that pop in to check out the sip, and I want y'all to come back and subscribe, watch the videos, all that stuff. Let me say
First off,
that these are just some of our thoughts, some of our conversations that we've had together as well with friends.
Because we both have opinions.
We know how passionate the cousins are about Carnival Cruise Line. And see, I do this segment on my show in real life where I say the things you want to say but don't say. So today I'm probably going to say some of the things that you've always wanted to say. Maybe you thought about it, but you just didn't have anybody to say it to.
Well.
We're going to talk about why Carnival Cruise Line all of a sudden has decided that they need to do a rebrand, and why it has seemingly affected one category of people in particular. Or the perception is that
they singling people out.
They singling people out. But before we get into that, let's talk about 8 big changes that are coming to Carnival Cruises this year, just in case you didn't know. In case you're planning a Carnival vacation yourself, with your family, with your friends this year, I want you to become familiar with some of the things that may be a little bit different, that may not be exactly what everybody tried to tell you that Carnival was going to be when you paid your hard-earned money to get on board. Now, we're not talking about new ships or anything.
No, because they ain't got that.
They ain't got none of them. But we will talk about them getting more money for their drink packages and their internet packages, and
everything going up.
Restarting cruises in Norfolk, and let's start with the big thing.
The biggest thing.
Higher drink package prices.
Whew.
So all cruise lines,
except one,
have been, raising their prices.
Oh, that part, yes. All of them have been. Yeah.
Because they want some more money. Last year, Carnival kind of on the low did theirs. They were just like, well, let's add a couple of more in there. The Cheers drink package is what Carnival has.
Yes.
It's like a minimum of $82 a day, I think.
Yep. Stay tuned for a
$82.
video. I was going to say stay tuned for a
But
video.
that's only if you get it in advance, right?
Yes. You have to prepay to get that. You have to book it before you get on board.
And it don't matter the length of the sailing. It could be 3 days. It could be 14 days. It's
that's
still
the same price.
about 82 and a half per day, per person,
per
right?
person. And if you share a cabin, you both have to get the package.
So they've raised that now to $88
$6
per person, including the mandatory 18% cover charge.
Yes. Well, at least now it's included.
Yeah.
Before it wasn't.
I mean, think about it. Before, on like a 6-night cruise, you probably would have spent $70 for cruises like 6 nights or longer if you paid for it before you got on board.
Yep.
And now that same thing is increasing by about $11.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
Just know.
So now instead of drinking, the break-even point for the drinks used to be like five or 6 drinks. Now it's going to be like 8 or 9.
And on top of it, they're getting more money.
Yeah.
But they're not adding any more benefits.
What do you mean?
So you still got the 15.
Yeah, you still got to do your
drink
max
cap,
is 15. Alcohol.
And the same $20 maximum beverage prices as well.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got to remember, the Cheers package will not work at Half Moon Key,
no,
Princess Keys,
no,
or Celebration Key.
No. None of their private island.
The only thing they did make changes to was like the bottomless bubbles. So if
that's soda.
If you're doing the bottomless bubbles, you're good.
I think I'm gonna do that from now on.
Soda?
Just give me the bubbles.
You mean the Moet, or you talking about the soda?
I mean, I would love the Moet.
I'm just saying.
But I think if we don't go on Carnival again, I'll just do the bottomless bubbles.
Okay. Staying on the lane of
I'm like just
soda,
because it's so expensive.
If you are a fan of Pepsi, well, I got bad news for you.
Who really drinks Pepsi?
Carnival's going back to Coca-Cola.
That's what they should have done way long time ago, because they actually pissed off a lot of people when they took off Coke products.
They took Coke off, went to Pepsi, and now they're like, if you want Pepsi, you got to bring it yourself.
Right.
So if you are a fan of Coca-Cola, you at least get to have some
So
Coke.
now we can go, our OG people that like Sprite can get a Sprite.
Yeah.
And not a Starry.
Yeah.
An actual Sprite.
They're saying that if you're selling on like Jubilee, Vista, Conquest, you can get Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta, Powerade, Topo Chico,
Oh, you can
and
get your
more.
Topo Chico.
Now, Topo Chico, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Topo Chico. I don't like
So that's the first thing
But they
with
got Fanta.
Carnival before we get into the drama. Because for some strange reason in this cruise space, people like drama. I don't know when vacations became the place for drama, but we got some for you today. Second thing, for all our Carnival loyalists out there, you do realize that they will not be sailing out of Charleston, South Carolina,
Yeah, we said that a while back.
past.
Next year? This year? After this
Yeah.
year?
No.
Next year?
Well, the Sunshine left. Was it like last December?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And
So, yeah.
repositioned to Norfolk. So
Yup.
that upset a lot of people.
Now Charleston is no longer.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. We had some friends that used to go and travel out of Charleston all the time, but
Yep.
they won't be doing that. But
We
if-
never got. Did we?
huh?
Yeah, we sold out once.
Yeah.
I was about to say, did we ever do that? Yeah, we sold out once.
Yeah. So no Charleston.
No more Charleston.
But you got Virginia. You got VA.
up down. For East
Celebration
Coast.
Keys open.
I know. I want to go.
Those prices, man. Those.
I don't care.
You cool with that? Like, all right. So if you had to go,
I don't care.
if you had to go to Celebration Key, what's the main thing that's enticing you about Celebration Key, other than it's just Carnival's newest island and everybody wants to go check it out?
I am particularly interested in seeing the giant sandcastle looking thing.
Okay.
I basically I want to see it just because it's new,
Yeah.
because it's something new that Carnival hasn't ever really done a private island destination like this. Because Half Moon Key and Princess Keys is definitely more on the relaxation side
Yeah.
because they don't have anything. So it just beach.
So
So,
like Celebration Key's like 65 acres compared to everybody else.
yeah, it's
like-
huge.
If you're talking like Half Moon Cay, that's essentially just one long stretch of beach,
Yeah,
whereas you got some acreage.
Yeah.
With Celebration Key.
yeah, it's supposed to be really huge.
It's
And
their most expensive project.
I agree. Yeah,
So.
I'll take that.
And there's a reason. and it's funny how Celebration Key is going to tie back into what we're going to talk about later, too. So, but yeah, for everybody out there that's excited
yes,
about going to
I
Celebration
wanna
Key,
go.
let us know down in the comments. Have you booked a Carnival cruise just to go
for
to
celebration.
Celebration Key? I want to know.
I want to know so I can do it too.
Because that's a lot of money just to go to check out an island.
Remember that I told you there was an itinerary that they're doing where it's literally just all the private islands where they're going to Half Moon Key, Princess Keys, and Celebration Key, and that's the itinerary.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not going to any other like major Caribbean spots. Just to that. I want to do that one just because.
And before people start jumping off in the chat, because I know you're going to do it, or the replay, just know I am saying that it's open. It's having some little soft openings, but the official date is July 19th. The very first ship going will be the Carnival Vista. So,
Oh, okay.
in case you want to come at us,
And
we're
try
telling
to be
you
corrective.
July 19th
We
is
know
when
the actual
Celebration
date.
Key will officially welcome its very first ship, which will be the Carnival Vista.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said they want to check out the lagoons and the overwater cabanas.
Don't they have like the lazy river? You know, I'm a lazy river person.
That's not the one with Lazy River.
They don't have a lazy river?
You're thinking Royal.
No, I'm saying, do they not have a lazy river?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Why would they not have a lazy river?
I don't know.
Out of all the things they could have, they wouldn't have a lazy river?
I know the Royal Mexico one
I guess then.
is going to have the longest or biggest lazy river.
So if they don't have a lazy river, then I guess I got to go for like the swim up bars or something.
Yes.
That-
because
that- I
they're
guess
going to
that
have,
would work.
They are going to have a lot of those.
Yeah. But we
lot of
can't
those.
afford the cabana.
We can't afford the cabana.
We can get two sticks. We can get two sticks in a sheet and throw it up over us and make our own little tiny spot.
Make our own
Man,
little
the prices,
beach
boy.
hut.
Come on, man. I work for a living. I don't know about everybody else. Don't get it twisted. All right, so another thing that Carnival changed, we talked about it earlier, of course, is the loyalty program. And because so many people made such a fuss about it, they've kind of retracted on a couple of things. So it won't be what they originally said it was going to be. And of course, no changes were set to happen this year anyway.
No. Y'all got to give Christine time to do her thing.
Yeah. So you got that, right?
Yeah.
Internet prices going up.
Well,
Are you starting to see a theme happening
everything's
here with
gonna
Carnival
go
right
up,
now?
But see, here's the thing. Their internet was crappy in the first place.
Do they even have Starlink on?
Oh, no.
I think they do. But
What?
they've raised the internet by like 22%.
Jeez.
So it better work.
I hope
Even
so.
on the old ships. I better not
That's
go.
the thing.
If you go on any ship and it doesn't have, if the Wi-Fi ain't popping, but you playing popping prices, then I would
That's
be
the
upset.
thing. I don't want to pay for, like, say we want to go on the Magic because we've never done the Magic or like the Conquest or something like that. I want to, if I'm paying for the internet, that I would be paying for the same price on the Mardi Gras or the Celebration.
Yeah,
I want the same quality internet.
that part.
I don't want to say, oh, our satellites are
I
not
think-
good enough because it's an older ship. And
Any cruise line today, if your internet is not correct, then you are doing your guest a disservice. With so many people still working remote and
workers,
the way
yes.
we all communicate with each other and how tied we are, you've got to have
You've
good
gotta
internet.
have some
So
good internet.
the cruise line's most basic package right now costs $18.70 compared to $15.30 if you buy it in advance.
So buy it in advance.
You're gonna pay $22 if you wait to go on board.
Oh Lord, no.
So
Buy it in
$18 in advance or $22 when you get on board,
Ooh,
and that's just
child.
the value plan.
But see, the value one is the one you always got.
No,
I
the
always got the
value
social.
is the basic.
Yeah, because I always got social. Social is just Facebook and
Well,
internet.
let
I
me
mean,
say-
Facebook and Instagram.
So the value plan is the second tier.
Yeah.
It's at $22 if you get it ahead of time, $26 if you buy it on board.
Okay, so they tax you if you wait.
Yeah. And then finally, they have their premium, which is supposedly their fastest and most inclusive package.
That's the one. you get.
$23 pre-cruise and $28 if you wait to get on the ship.
Ooh,
So,
child.
of course, anytime
They're
you do
trying to
some
teach
extras,
you.
yeah, get it before you get
They're
on the ship.
teaching you to pay to get it to pre-book.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
So, you seeing the theme?
Everything's going up about $5 or $10.
They jacking the prices up, changing a little bit.
$5 or $10.
You know
$5 or
they're getting some
$10.
new ships though, but they're not new ships.
No.
I don't even. Has anybody even? I got to go back and research like why, but they're bringing 2 ships to its fleet this year.
Oh, the coastal ones?
Yeah. So it's so that they can go to the South Pacific and Australia.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. Other cruise lines, you know how when we went to Tahiti, we were on Windstar.
Mhm.
But other cruise lines like Holland America goes to Tahiti
Mhm.
and Princess goes to Tahiti.
Mhm.
So they're trying to jump on that bandwagon.
So Carnival wants to go down under.
I mean, they're already there on the other lines.
Right.
But they're thinking that they can bring it to the people.
So the ships are coming from P&O, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So I think it's the Pacific Adventure and the Pacific Encounter. So if you've ever sailed
On P&O.
P&O, you may be familiar with those ships. But
Yeah.
they're bringing both of those over to Carnival. One's gonna home port in Brisbane, it looks like, and
Australia.
yeah. So there you go. If you want to go out down under and you want to
Go down
do it the
under.
Carnival way,
That is not Australian.
they get no, it's not. They got 2 ships for you.
To go down
right.
under.
Next change, the Lido buffet menu has changed.
For real?
Yeah,
Finally?
yeah.
Oh, thank you, Chanel.
Thanks, Chanel.
Kisses. Mwah.
No more pizza at night.
What?
Closes at midnight.
What?
No more standing in line. Pizza.
Then what people gonna eat?
You'll have soup,
What?
soups, chicken fingers,
Okay, okay.
and
chicken
sandwiches at the late night, midnight buffet.
fingers. Okay. Some of those sandwiches do be hidden. But
And they have pizza at the buffet, but it's Chicago style, and people just ain't about
everybody
that.
ain't gonna eat no Chicago style
Yeah.
pizza because it's deep dish and you gotta eat it with a knife and fork.
So
You
There
just
you
wanna
have it.
fold it and stuff it in your face.
there you go. Those are the 8 changes
I don't appreciate that.
that are coming to
I thought
Carnival
you
this
were
year.
saying like the menu, like the regular menu is gonna change, not just the late.
No, just a late night menu.
I am disappointed because this is what they're trying to do.
What?
They're making you go to bed
Ah.
because there ain't gonna be no food.
So if you eliminate the late night pizza,
There is no thing
There's no
else for you to be awake for.
late night loitering unless you're going to the
Ain't because the club ain't gonna be open. Club gonna close at 2:00.
Is it? Are we sure the club is still going to close at 2:00?
1 or 2, yeah,
All right.
I think.
So, in case you're just joining us here on the Sunday Sip, today we are talking about Carnival Cruise Line. The
Y'all
next
are so
segment
funny in
is
the
going
chat.
to get raw. All right. So we've been nice to Carnival so far.
So far. Okay.
And I can't even really say we're being nice to Carnival because this is going to be for some of our cousins too.
y'all family.
Yeah. Sometimes things need to be said, need to be addressed.
Sometimes you gotta talk to the family and intervention.
But man, I've been talking. I ain't been putting
That's
stuff
what I
on
said.
the screen.
They are hilarious in the chat. You need to.
You need.
Yeah,
Are you ready to drink? Do we?
Yes.
I think we need to drink so that we can get into today's topic
Absolutely.
properly.
Absolutely. We need a beverage.
Yeah, I think all y'all gonna need a beverage. So if
What
you,
is it again?
I'm making banana pancakes.
I'm thinking bacon pancakes.
No, I'm making a cocktail called banana pancakes. Again,
was
if you're gonna be
thinking
sipping with us and you want to sip what we're sipping, you can find it on our Facebook community, Addy and Terry Cruises Cocktails Cruise Community, on our Instagram that we posted over at Addy and Terry, and of course Patreon and all the places.
All the things.
Yeah. So with that being
out
said, because I'm gonna need a drink before I get into what
What is
we're
the
about
base
to
of this drink?
rye whiskey.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I'm gonna convert you.
Am I gonna like this?
You might. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go to the bar.
Now I don't know if the music's too loud. Last week it was too
Y'all
loud.
tell me, can you hear me?
I'm gonna pull it down.
Is the music too loud?
I'm gonna pull it down.
We jamming. We jamming.
I don't know if I missed questions. Let me make the drink. All right. Simple cocktail: rye whiskey, amaretto, banana liqueur, orange juice, lemon juice, lime juice, a little egg white, a little nutmeg. Yeah. You got it? You got it up here?
I got
Yeah.
it.
All right. I'm gonna go make the drink because
Making
it's about to get real. And I don't want people to go away. You don't want to leave because it's gonna get real. I'm telling you today, we about to upset the interwebs.
We gonna talk some mess about Carnival. Yeah. Okay, let me stop playing. I'm in a whole little vibe. Terry gonna be back there cooking it up, or I should say mixing it up. And I'm gonna read through the comments to say hello to everybody and answer any questions as I see them. All right, Anna said, not the Michigan blue colors. He just rep a Carnival. Oh, look, you can see the back of Terry's jacket. Look at that. Oh, other way. No, make your drink. Make your drink. You can see the celebration on the back. Okay, so Cynthia says hi. Nadine, Harry, Mia. Oh, Mia had a question. She says, anyone in the SIP booked the Virgin Voyages Comedy Fest out of Miami? I heard that there's some real good, real popular female comedians on board that sailing. So if you have not, let me know and I can hook you up with the booking. More people are saying hello. Anna says some of us will be on Carnival in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Q said if we start getting connection issues, we are definitely blaming Carnival this time.
Hush! Don't bring it up, man. Just hush.
Hashtag sippers in the house. Gerald said, bring the noise. The updates. We ready. Andrew Fly, you sound new. Welcome, sir. What up, though? Harry said, Terry, ain't nobody got any banana liquor. Sorry about that. King Tolliver asked, are these matching Carnival hoodies? They are. We got them when we got on board the Carnival celebration for the inaugural sailing. Ronald McCrimmon says he's never sailed on Carnival. That's amazing. How have you sailed? What do you normally sail if you do not sail Carnival? Let me know. Christina, we're only doing a shot if you show us that you do it a shot. How about that? We'll do a shot if y'all post in the Facebook group that you are doing a shot. And you show the shot that you are doing. Then we'll do a shot. How about that? That sound fair? If they posted in the Facebook group that they did a shot, we'll do a shot. All right. Jocelyn says hi. Traveling with John Spate in the house. Doorbell rung. He's referring to the thumbs up button. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Chiquita Beta's in the house. Jocelyn, today is my birthday. One shot for me. I finally got it right. I can't push the button because I don't know which button it is. Terry took my button away, if y'all remember. But happy birthday. Show us you're doing a shot and we'll do a shot with you. Post it in the Facebook group. Macrina says hello. Traveling with Gail. She's just fresh off the MSC World America and DT and Boy 659 just got on the World America. I hope you had fun. Cheating Vegan Scarecrow said, I got in trouble last Halloween with those ghost shots. Leaving the shots to y'all. What ghost shot? Did we do a ghost shot? Travel with Sugar Bear said, question. I salute you. Can you clarify this travel ban and how does it affect, or does it affect cruising? There's a travel. Oh, which? There's the travel ban that the Trump is doing right now. Terry will have to explain that to you because I don't listen to anything that man says. But we'll go over it later. All right. Lots of happy Sundays and happy birthdays to Jocelyn for her birthday. Angie, you get some good excursions? Tell me what you're doing. One crafty sister. Oh my goodness, you look new too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to be here from Georgia. What part? Because you know we're in Georgia as well. There's quite a bit of YouTubers in Georgia. Aaron jumped on the you're in Margaritaville? Aaron, you're on Margaritaville. Islander, have fun. Let us know how it is. Terrence is here. Boss Mom 9702 says she's here for the Carnival thoughts. Well, we gonna give them to you. Just like DMX. We gonna give them to y'all. Hey, Laria. And Gina, she's on the celebration. We're wearing the ship that you're on. Family trip, 27 of us. Also, her birthday is tomorrow. Hashtag cancer season. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, doing a thing. Happy birthday, or early birthday, since I won't be able to say it to you tomorrow. So happy birthday, Gina. Have a good one. Take a shot. Leanne said, where my fan not gonna be at? Macrina says she's heading home so she could sip some Malbec. Paul's in the house.
Malbec?
Yeah, we love a good Malbec.
All right, let me get in here.
Miss Jonesy's here.
Oh boy, it's about to get real.
Oh, y'all laughing because I was doing the choir.
All right.
Enjoying the last day of the holiday in the pool. Oh, I wish I would. I may do that.
Where we at?
Getting pool later. I was at Miss Carol.
All right. Comfortable?
Yeah.
You got your seatbelt on? You all strapped in?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
We gotta be strapped in for this one.
All right. So before we get started,
I gotta.
roll up my
Oh, are
sleeves.
you talking about the topic?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying I needed to be
Oh,
strapped in for the cocktail.
I needed to stretch. All right. So once again, if you're sipping with us today, today's cocktail is called the banana pancakes.
Making bacon pancakes.
I forgot to put the little thingy on there, but it's basically rye whiskey, amaretto, uh, banana liqueur, orange juice, lemon and lime with a little egg white.
So it's frothy. Okay.
Yeah. So
Clink.
cheers.
Investigation. Hold on. I think it's the rye. No, I'm liking it. It's basically a whiskey sour.
That cocktail is jumping.
It's the aftertaste with the rye.
Now, what if I told you I didn't put rye in there?
I can
And then
smell it.
it's a misconceived thought that you're thinking that's rye whiskey.
You told me it was rye,
But what if it ain't?
but you said it was. So I already
You just
go with what you
downplayed
first-
my creation.
No, because it's actually really
Y'all
good.
try it. It's good. Addie's just a hater.
I'm not a
She's
hater.
about
I'm
to
saying-
get the BRB.
I'm saying it is basically it's a fruity whiskey sour. I like it. It's just the rye gave me an aftertaste. I didn't say it was a bad aftertaste. I just said it was an aftertaste. And it could be the nutmeg.
Y'all miss out on this goodness y'all want to listening
It
to
is
Addie.
good. I'm saying drink it. You see me keep picking it up.
No class, Addie. No
I
class.
have all the class.
No class at all.
Stop making drinks with whiskey.
No class. No. All right, so
Okay.
all right,
I do like it. Yes. Go
let's-
make it. And y'all know probably when I get about halfway through, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, this is so good.
all right. Okay. So, once again, let's reset. If you're just joining us today, we're talking about Carnival Cruises and some of the changes that Carnival has made. More so now, a certain group feels
there we go. I
that
got
they're
a shimmy out of
being
it.
called out, singled out.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot said. Some of it you may agree with, some of it you may not. Some of it may upset you. You may turn off your computer, you may unsubscribe, you may never come back
They're
again.
gonna turn the whole computer off.
Some of you may actually sit there and be like, you know what?
They gonna
You
turn-
are absolutely correct.
I don't think they're gonna turn off the computer.
I don't know, man.
You
Because
think-
I'm going to say some of the things they want to say but don't say, and it's going to upset people. I know. It's just because just people are passionate about what they like and enjoy and what they love. And when things go awry and they change up, you know, people get a little territorial.
They do.
They get very territorial.
They do.
So,
Imagine if the Loyal to Royal had something to
oh,
complain about.
can you imagine if this was happening on Royal? This would be a whole nother
A
conversation.
whole different conversation.
All right, so
Because the Loyal to Royal don't play.
last couple of weeks, Carnival has been doing some major rebranding.
Is that what
And
they're calling it?
They are calling it a rebrand.
Okay.
They are legitimately calling it a rebrand.
Okay.
And
They're
like we
enforcing
said,
some new rules.
it started with the loyalty and rewards points, and then little bit by little bit, they dropped a little tidbit here and they dropped a little tidbit there, and some things people didn't pay attention to, and then some things they kind of saw and was like, wait, whoa,
Well, hold up now.
what are you talking about?
I think the new rules that they put out
So-
got everybody talking.
I want to start with some of the rules that have come out. And then I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into some of these rules and why people are in such an uproar. So let me go to the screen.
To the screen.
So Carnival dropped this to the screen a couple of days ago. Some of the new rules that they are implementing across the fleet.
Ooh. Sorry.
First one being a teen curfew. Now, this is not anything new to cruises. A lot of cruise lines come and go with their teen curfews depending on what's going on the ship. But Carnival says that if you're under 18, you must follow a 1 a.m. curfew in public areas unless you're with an adult that's 21 and up. So
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. I don't think that one's too bad
I like it.
because kids nowadays be out there trying to act too grown.
Mm.
and you don't want to go on vacation and then go home and then you have a whole new family member in a couple of weeks. Or the kids are sneaking around doing stuff that they shouldn't do, or heaven forbid, people that don't have children's best intentions.
Exactly.
So curfew, cool. I don't see any problem with the curfew. What about you?
You're so stupid. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with the curfew, because there's nothing on the ship that anyone under 18 needs to be doing at 1 o'clock in the morning anyway.
By themselves.
No, at all.
Yeah.
So if you're under 18, I wholeheartedly agree with this. And this is also on other cruise lines. So this is just now going to be probably reflected more on Carnival, because they didn't officially have a curfew. But Royal has a curfew, and it is 1 o'clock in the morning. So I wholeheartedly agree with this one.
Okay. Second one is the age policy. Okay.
Yes.
Solo cruisers must be 21 and up or sail with someone 25 and up. And teens 18 to 20 must be booked with a guardian. Now, you know what this pretty much comes from? Spring break.
Spring breakers. Yes.
This is for the college crowd that says, hey, I want to take a cruise. And some of them kind of fall in between that 18 to 21 age bracket, which means they can't legally drink.
Nope.
So they're sneaking on cruises, and they're getting intoxicated, boo boo boo, and then you got people that it's this one. Okay, age policy. Okay.
And in all honesty, that's not even a new rule.
It's not.
This has been a Carnival rule. It's actually a cruise rule for many cruise lines. They're finding out that a lot more 18 to 20-year-olds are booking because they are college age and technically they're an adult. So they're trying to do things and go off to college, and they say, "Oh, I want to go on vacation."
Yeah.
And their parents are buying them vacation, but the parents are not joining them on vacation.
That part.
So now you end up with 18 to 21-year-olds on a ship with no supervision. So this is where this is coming from. That, like you said, wholeheartedly spring breakers, and they're finding out that nobody over 21 or 25 is sailing.
All right. So the next one does kind of zero in on a specific, group, I think. And I don't think I'm upsetting anybody by saying it's zeroing in on a specific group, and it's the fan ban. They have banned folding clack fans inside of their nightclubs and indoor dance floors for safety. Now,
so you can still have it on the Lido deck,
if you're having hot flashes and you need to cool off, you can have a battery-powered fan, a little something that's blowing air on you, but none of the clap, clap, clap.
But see, it's only in the dance clubs.
And I can see why as well. So people are looking at it as, I can't have my fan. I can't get my boots on the ground. I can't. Well, let's think about it.
Outside.
Some of them fans are pretty big.
And they're,
And I don't know if you ever got hit by one of them fans by mistake.
Because when we clacking them, y'all, we're putting all our emphasis.
Right. So I think people are like, oh, it's because we're black. We're the only ones that carry fans. No, it's because it ain't safe. You might hit somebody.
You might hit somebody.
You might hit somebody by mistake. Then that starts a whole fighting argument. Then it goes into something completely else.
Because let's be real, the clubs on the ships are not big.
And you notice they didn't say outside. They just said inside.
You just can't
nightclubs
have it
and indoor dance floors. Now,
because you might actually hit somebody.
Now, I will probably say I wouldn't try taking a fan past that because, don't want to be made an example. But
that part.
I'm just saying. So
it's just
that's the fan ban, and we're gonna come back to that because that's just the start of what people are upset about. The cousins.
The cousins is mad about that.
The pool chair rule. Okay, so this one
is not new.
I don't even see how they even implement.
It's not new.
If you leave your chair for 40 plus minutes unattended, the crew may clear your item. So supposedly what's supposed to happen, if somebody in the crew walks by an empty thing, they start a timer. They put a little sticker on the chair, 40 minutes.
Yep.
If they come back 40 minutes later and you still ain't came back to the chair, they take your stuff and they didn't even say where they going to put it. They're just taking your stuff and putting it somewhere.
They take it to the towel thing.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they take it to where the towel thing is. And if you don't claim your stuff, within that 40 minutes or within that, like if you don't come to your chair within 40 minutes, let me put my drink down. If you don't come back to your chair, the pool people, the towel guys, they come and they move all your stuff and they take it to the towel, to the towel thing. And that's where you have to go claim your stuff.
Okay. So, I mean,
they're basically saying no holding chairs.
People have been trying to do that for the longest.
Yeah, so it's not even a new rule. And other cruise lines do it too.
Now, let's talk about behavior equals consequences. Okay.
Y'all so funny.
Disruptive guests can be removed with no refund and fined up to $500. Now, this could apply to anybody.
I feel like I'm getting old because I wholeheartedly agree with that. Get them off.
This one applies to
anybody.
If you, I mean, I paid X amount of thousands of dollars to come on vacation to relax and get away from the regular world, and I don't want to be interrupted and disrupted with you impeding on my vacation.
Exactly.
You know, and especially if I say, well, do you mind not doing this and you want to get smart, then we'll let the chips fall where they may. I hope you got some extra coins because that fine is coming today.
Exactly.
So that's one.
I wholeheartedly agree with this one because we have been on some cruises and seen disruptive behavior from all colors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
But nobody got put off the ship, but they should have been.
But these are the light rules. We haven't gotten into the stuff that's got people upset yet.
Okay.
Next one, boarding requirements, saying you got to check in online by midnight before sailing. Print your boarding pass and luggage tags. Bring all required travel documents, ID, passport, visa, or you can't board. This is stuff you should be doing anyway.
Common sense.
So.
Don't just show up to the ship talking about, oh, I'm supposed to be on board.
Prove
it.
That's just some of the things
your documents
that Carnival put out there, right?
Have your documents, have your paperwork, have what you need. And if you book with a good travel advisor, you wouldn't have to worry about that anyway. But take care of what you're supposed to take care of, and you won't have issues.
I need a sip because now we're about
to. You see, I'm halfway through.
We're about to get. Oh, you like it now? Huh?
I said I liked it before. Didn't I say I liked it before?
All right. So now, people are upset on both sides of the fence.
Okay.
One side more in particular because it seems like the smaller things that they're addressing are appealing to the cousins, right?
Cousins.
So people are upset. Carnival is, and I'm just going to be real. Carnival is singling out black folks. Now, I'm going to say this. How many videos have you intentionally watched just to see the drama?
That's why people watch it.
And no disrespect to any of our fellow content creators out there. I understand you gotta get the click. You gotta, you know. But I always say, and we've been saying this since we've been on this channel. This is your cruise vacation. You are paying money to go relax and enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
And have a vacation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why are you trying to start mess?
Why are you looking for drama on your vacation? Why would that be what you would want to go see when you're planning on taking your trip? I digress. So
make it make sense.
There have been videos that have been put out there about the cousins being disruptful, being unruly, being stereotypical, and it upset people, but they kept on doing what they do, right? So I want you to look at it real quick for a brief second, then I'm gonna go the other way. When Carnival decided that they needed to make these changes, because I think people forget, this is not your personal company.
At all.
This is not your personal place to go. You have no stake in it other than the money that you pay them.
Exactly.
It is still a business. They have a board of directors that they have to answer to. And that normally means we want our money that we've invested in this company. You need to make whatever changes you need to make so we keep getting paid.
Absolutely.
And if anybody is starting to mess with the church's money, there's going to be problems. So I want you to sit back and I want you to imagine you work for Carnival Corporation and you notice that every time your brand is mentioned, it's something negative, something bad. You're being
Absolutely.
called the Walmart of the seas,
That part.
the spirit of the seas.
That
You got a
part.
certain clientele that just seem to act like they can't control themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're still trying to run a business. You're still trying to attract people to come and enjoy a cruise vacation. So most people now, what do? They go to TikTok, they go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube, right? Let's go to YouTube. I just want to show people this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
What we see?
you go in and you search Carnival Cruise Line, right? So the first thing you see is the little Carnival funnel. It's all good. Like, yo, I'm excited.
it's so
I'm about to go on this
cute.
cruise. It's good.
Carnival.
You know,
Carnival,
you see the
Carnival.
making of Carnival Cruise Line's Oscar stunts, and he's like, oh, this is cool. You scroll down, you see the little kids on vacation at Celebration Key and hammocks, and then you wait,
I like
what's
a
this?
hammock. I like a, oh.
The Hood Ruined Carnival Cruises.
Oh no, what is that?
Huh? What? Whoa. Black women are upset.
What?
Carnival don't want y'all no more.
What in the world?
They banning rap music and they targeting us.
Why they?
Oh, wait a minute.
Why Jerry Springer?
Carnival
of
is the
sea?
Jerry Springer of the sea.
What?
Fights, filth, and chaos.
Oh my.
What's really happening on Carnival? Wait a minute.
Do
Ghetto and trashy.
Ghetto and oh, we know them.
And then you get everything that's included on Carnival Cruises. Then you
Oh,
come
no.
back. Can't take y'all nowhere.
Chaos. at
Carnival's
sea.
new rules. People are canceling. This is what people see right now when they search Carnival Cruise Line.
my.
So if
Oh,
this
no.
was your business and you're trying to attract new clientele or past clientele
I would
and you're
not
trying to make some money, this
Is what you have to deal with.
is what is going to make people click off. Just like you click off our videos, just like you don't want to hear us anymore, just like some people are jumping ship right now. This is what you see. So what is Carnival Cruise Line to do?
Y'all are so silly.
They got to make some changes.
Gotta make some changes.
They got to make some adjustments.
some adjustments.
And unfortunately, it does look like it's targeting the cousins. But
It's not always the cousins.
it's not always cousins.
It's the mother cousin.
Because when people have too much to drink,
Mm-hmm.
when people have social biases, let's just say that,
Yes.
when people get too deep into politics,
Oh yeah.
ish happens. And it doesn't matter who it is. But when you are clicking through your videos to find out what drama is going on, the videos that you click and send thousands of views on versus ones that are people are just trying to show you what a good time
Like the
is.
fun walkthrough tour.
This is what you see.
You see,
And it's the cousins.
black folk run Carnival Cruise Lines.
It's the cousins. And I would say people like, well, you just showing the cousins. Well,
This is
the cousins are posting about other cousins too. Y'all do realize that?
those are the ones that are getting the massive views right now. Is the cousins posting about cousins.
So as a cruise line, as a company, this is what people are seeing. The Section 8 of the seas
Oh damn.
is urban fatigue pushing black travelers out.
Section
Now,
8 of the
this is where I think I'm about to upset people. I mean, you see it. Even 2 years ago, Jay even
Jay
posted
predicted it.
black people shouldn't be allowed to cruise. Trigger warning. He and y'all came for him, so you probably
Y'all
gonna
did come for him.
come for us. So you kind of get it, right? So I was looking at an article in Black Enterprise earlier this week, and it was talking about how the rules have triggered a wave of cancellations.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. A wave of cancellations and has introduced a broader debate about cruise culture. Right? Now, we've all had these conversations. You go on cruises and you see ignorant people on both sides. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's unfortunately, it is most of the cousins.
Yep.
My thing is, why are you going on your vacation to do the same ish you do at home? To be in the same type of environment that you are at home?
That part. Why would
To
you
bring the same frackery that you have around you daily
leave the frackery alone?
at sea? And then when people decide that they want to take back their business, when they need to make the changes so that they can continue to run a business, because somewhere in your mind you thought that this was your safe space, your house, your place where you can go and do all the things. It's not. So now you're upset. They won't let me have my fans.
But they didn't
They
say
taking away my hip hop. The club nights ain't gonna be the same. And we've said this before, and we know we've upset some people. If you are booking a cruise just so you can
go to a sail away party.
go to a sail away party and do the wobble, and yes, they have taken the wobble away. If you're going on a cruise to see a somewhat funny comedian, and if you're going on a cruise to hear some urban music, that's your whole reason for booking the cruise. They play my song, so I'm gonna pay $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 or more for my family, so I can hear my songs, so I can do the wobble. That's your cruise, and then when you get there, you act a plumb fool.
That part.
All right, so Carnival is saying that the changes that they're making are meant to enhance safety, improve the overall guest experience.
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel that the message that they're sending is very exclusionary. Some people said, this one TikToker says, "We get the message loud and clear. We're not your demographic anymore."
They never said that.
And she shared that she canceled her entire reservation for a friend's birthday celebration because Carnival decided they wanted to rebrand. One of the new policies is zero tolerance on marijuana, even if it's legal in your home state.
That should be regardless.
Now, I'm not saying that the cousins are the only ones smoking, but 9 times out of 10, the cousins are the only ones that you smell when they walk by. I remember a carnival that I didn't have to
We ain't smell it.
smell the icky on my vacation with my children around. I remember going on Carnival where I didn't have to worry about dogs sniffing my baggage
At all.
or being randomly searched and checked while I'm on vacation. I want y'all to keep in mind, you're going to be mad at me for saying it, but I'm saying what you want to say. The cousins did that. 90%.
90%.
It's unfortunate.
Go ahead.
Now, because ships fall under maritime law,
Yeah, that's what I was.
all cannabis products are banned. Doesn't matter. You know that. Any derivative, CBD, all that kind of stuff. They're like, no, we don't need it. Now, Carnival has gone on to say that violations right now can lead to removal from the ship, a lifetime ban, law enforcement involvement, and possible fines. Right? So we got that. We talked about a little while ago the curfew in place for minors. They've got that in place now. Why is this upsetting the cousins? Why are you not paying attention to your children? Why you got your 17-year-old daughters and sons running around the cruise ship at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? Why are you not paying attention to them?
That part.
Because you in the club doing the wobble? Okay. Because you got boots on the ground? Okay. But you're mad at Carnival? Okay. There's also the ban on the wobble. And that's my boy's song. But the wobble is loved by all, not just the cousins. So that should really tell you something. When they get rid of the wobble, people, everybody does the wobble. You will not be doing the wobble anymore on Carnival cruises. That's crazy. And of course, the fans. I'm kind of tired of the fans myself, to be honest with you, but you know.
The fans only get played for
But
one
people,
song.
they're saying that Carnival is unfairly targeting Black cultural expression by saying they can't take their fans. Now, am I saying that Carnival is not doing these things specifically? I'm not, because I can see that. But think about it as a business. The personal Bluetooth speakers, limiting hip hop and rap music on board in the clubs, even though there's no formal ban on this right now, they are scaling back because certain songs bring a certain element. Certain times when you're drinking, certain songs get you hype, because I know there are certain songs that get me hype, and you want to throw some bows, and you know the songs I'm talking about. But if I'm on a cruise, I don't want to hear your music. That's why you got AirPods and headphones, and because some of the stuff is you shouldn't be playing around children or even other adults. Some of that stuff is just not. Nah, I didn't come on vacation. I didn't pay all that money to hear your music. No. So the perception is that the company is distancing itself from the black passengers. And that's what you saw when I showed you those videos. People are upset because Carnival to them was their safe space. Carnival was where we go as a family to vacation and cruise, and they allow us to just be who we are. Hell, they out here doing the same stuff we are doing. When the cruise director is getting out there and they got fans and putting boots on the ground and doing the wobble and twerking, and then the fun staff is doing all the things, you feel safe. You feel like that's comfortable. You feel like that is where you need to be. But when they take it away from you, even when you know why they're taking it away from you, you're upset. And if you're upset, maybe you're one of the people that are causing the problem. Because believe you me, think about it. We had this conversation with some friends last night. Where are you going to go? What cruise line is right for you? You don't want to go to Virgin because you can't. They're not playing your music. You're not getting the same Carnival vibe. You're not going to Carnival. I mean, you're not going to Virgin. Holland America's too old for you. You're not going to Holland America. Norwegian, I'll just like Norwegian costs too much. You don't want to be with the loyal to royals. So where does that leave people that have nowhere to go now, that have no safe space, that can't find anywhere to take their vacation? They're going to probably start going to all inclusives. I need to see some. So that means that there's probably going to be an influx now of people going to Jamaica and Mexico to the all inclusives, so that they can go to the all inclusives and continue to do the frackery that they were doing on the cruise line, instead of just going on the cruise line and enjoying your vacation. Going on the cruise line to relax and get away from the problems and stresses at home, because that's what I thought going on vacation was for.
Absolutely.
To escape, to relax, unwind, enjoy, experience new things, not keep doing the same things you've been doing at the house, not bringing that. And you know what? Most of it is fear. It's fear. As a culture, we've been made to believe that certain places, certain things are not for us. It's not what we do. It's not where we go. It's not how we act. But then when you act up, what do you have left? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? I need y'all to chime in on the comments below. Addy's going through comments. I don't know what's being said. I don't know if you guys are upset. I don't know if it's just me talking to the interwebs by myself. But I'm just saying that the things that are happening on Carnival is because you hyped your bestie up.
Yep.
You were okay with the frackery. You were okay knowing that you got aunties and Uncle Nims that don't know cruise etiquette, and they want to take all the drama on the seas. They didn't realize, just go relax. Sip a Mai Tai. Let the air blow on the deck. Play some cards together. That's cool.
No, you can't.
But you
everybody
want to
play
go
no
do the
cards.
wobble, and you want to go party in the nightclub because they got one DJ, maybe two that'll play your song. And now they won't play your song no more. So what you going to do? Where you going to go? I want to know. What's the cruise line for you? You going to Margaritaville?
That's what everybody said in the chat.
That's where y'all going? What else? What other cruise line I'm missing? Are y'all ready to? Because we spend a lot of money as
As a people.
As a people. Y'all ready to do the luxury lifestyle? You going on explore journeys? You doing Regent? Is that where you going? Where you gonna go now? I don't know.
You said I saw this coming when they started hiding the bacon at
So
guys.
I'm just gonna say,
Thank you, Q.
and I know I'm really up. I don't know. Maybe I didn't upset anybody.
No, everybody's agreeing with you.
But I do not blame Carnival Cruise. I, Terry, do not support ignorance. Why can't we just act right? And not just in cruising, but in a lot of other things. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're from the streets, sometimes street stuff makes you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to be there. So why do you keep taking it with you and then get upset and think that people are attacking you because they just don't want to be around your crazy behind? When people get wild and crazy, bad things happen. Heaven forbid something bad happens on the cruise ship that people can't come back from. Honestly, that's what I thought cruises were for. Relax, get away from home, work, and stress. That is my talk for the day. It needed to be said, needed to be discussed. I don't have the mouse, so I can't interact with you guys, so I don't know what you guys are saying. But I really would like to
I'm
know
showing you what they're saying.
how you feel about this. Do you feel like Carnival is attacking black people? Because make no mistake about it, we don't get treated the same. To all my Caucasian, all my Asian, all my Latino sippers that are hanging out with us, you know this to be true. You know the environment.
I agree with this one. The rules are due to incidents.
That part. That's simply all it is. That is all it is. They didn't just
Done.
wake up and say, oh, we don't want black people on the ship no more.
Done.
We don't want frackery on our ships no more because it's taking away from our business. We are losing money. It is all the news that you see about our cruise line every day is something crazy happening. They calling us the Walmart of the seas.
Anna Q said Virgin allows the fans.
The Spirit Airlines. So
I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don J said, well said, Terry.
I'm
We
just saying.
cousins agree 100%. And then Harry said, preach.
And I'm not trying to come down on people because you know how there's some people sitting behind the camera, behind the screen right now. Oh, the bougie,
They think they
uppity.
so bougie.
No, I know what streets I came from, pimp.
Same. I'm one of the hoodest hood people you
Oh, y'all, but
ever
y'all
knew.
just don't.
So when I say some foolishness, it's some foolishness.
I just
y'all.
chose a long time ago that I didn't want to live that life.
Exactly.
I didn't want to be around that life. I
Yes.
didn't want my children to be around
the
that.
ban is due
life.
to safety, and they're not banned. The fans are not banned.
No, you just
y'all.
can't have them inside the clubs.
Just don't
or on the dance
bring them
floors.
to the dance floor or anywhere indoors, because anywhere indoors is going to be a enclosed space with a lot of people, and they are doing it so that people do not get hurt. Because if you clack in your fan, you're literally doing a hitting motion, and it's dangerous.
And you having a fan on Carnival is not the same as you having a fan on Virgin or any
At
other
all,
cruise line because they ain't gonna get bouted on them lines. But on Carnival, you
Exactly.
gonna mess with the wrong folk
The wrong person gonna get
from the wrong
whisked
neighborhood in
the
the
wrong
wrong
way.
city, and they gonna be like, "Hold up, him. Wait, what's up? Wait, what you doing?" I'm just saying.
Event Shores said, teen curfew, check. Age policy, boo. What about, okay, as a travel advisor, I could tell you about this. The age ban, or not age ban, the age policy is not in effect if you are active military
Yeah, that part.
or if you are under 25 and married. So if you were like me and Terry, when we got married, I was 19, he was 24. But because we are married, we can travel alone. We don't need an adult with us because we're married. So If you are under 25 and married, you can still book on your own. If you are active military, not reserve, not the other stuff, you have to be active, and they're going to ask you to prove that you are active and under 25 in order to book on your own. Other than that, your mama or your cousin or a guardian or somebody a friend over 25 need to be booked with you in order for that age policy. Those are the rules. And those have been the rules for just about every cruise line.
Yeah, some of these aren't even new.
And they're not just Carnival.
They're just implementing them and bringing them to light, and it just rubbing people the wrong way.
That part, they come in with it.
There was a video that our good friend Lynette posted earlier today that this lady was talking about from TikTok, and she's from the south side of Chicago. And I was going to play it, but it was a little not safe for work. But she said it perfectly. Like, there are people from the streets that don't even agree with the kind of behavior that's happening.
That part.
On Carnival with our cousins, man.
Carm says, I've never been on Carnival, but at first glance, I have no problem with any of these rules.
Yeah.
No problem. And 90% of the rules are just common sense.
Yeah, it is.
Stop being stupid. And if you're going on vacation, don't get offended because somebody's looking at you. Or don't get offended if somebody bumps you in a line or something like that. You're on vacation on a cruise ship.
Oh, they be ready to throw bows, boy.
You're on vacation on a cruise ship. People are going to bump each other. The ship is moving. You may get, my bad.
It could be an honest mistake,
and
they're ready to go to war.
honest mistake, and they're ready to throw blows because somebody bumped them. Oh, she bumped me, and she looking at me. She keep flicking her hair in my face. Grow up.
I don't know, man. You doing all that, you might
grow up.
You might need to catch some hands.
Grow up. Grow up. Mature. That's what I say.
What else we got going on?
Daryl said, them my rules already. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Behavior rule is necessary.
Miss T, yeah, she says, I came to relax. I didn't come for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Sydney said, folks don't check in. I check in at 12:01 immediately. There is a problem with people checking in.
Yeah.
For some reason, some people forget they're going on a cruise and forget to check in and print their documents.
Sensational says, I don't feel singled out. It doesn't apply, and I follow the rules. I would only be offended if I was causing the problem.
That part 100%.
Cruising Caper says, why bring the drama with you? Some of them do. I hate to say it. You see them. We have family members that do this.
That's further in the chat. So some people just grow up, or some people are just born with a chip on their shoulder where they got an attitude all day.
All day.
And those are not the type of people that I want to be on vacation with. So I 100% agree with the disruptive behavior rule. If you feel like you got to make a point out of something, get off the ship.
You can stay in the group chat. I'm cool with you being in the group chat.
Get off the ship because I don't want to even come into contact with you.
Jocelyn says, rules for my son on the cruise. 1, curfew at 1 a.m. 2, don't do anything that would make people not want to travel with Carnival. And new rule, be mindful who you come across with Mr. D1 Maine.
Okay, so our rules for our kids when they were kids were very similar. I don't think we even had to enforce a curfew for our kids.
No, they knew better.
Because your children should just know better anyway.
Yeah.
It starts with parenting, okay? So, yes, your child should just know better and know that they should be indoors at a certain time. It's bedtime. You are a child. Our rule was everybody had to meet at dinner. Mm-hmm. No trying at all to get off the ship on your own, unless they were 18. And then just be mindful, because you're not just representing, you're not just you, you're representing us as a family and you as a people. Mm-hmm. People don't look at you. That's how we've raised our kids, people don't just look at you as a person. You represent everybody that could look like you. Mm-hmm. And if you go act a fool, they're going to think all people act a fool. And that is not how my child is going to be represented in this world.
Amor says, let's just be honest. We know the clients Carnival was bringing in for the longest.
Exactly.
So I think people forget we have not been cruising that long as a people.
That part. What did you say?
I know we talked about this in the SIP before.
Yeah.
We were not cruising prior to Tom Joyner
People wasn't
starting
cruising
the
like that.
Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah. People wasn't really cruising like that. Cruise.
You had. Now I'm not saying that we didn't cruise,
I ain't getting no
but we
that
didn't
boat.
cruise like we cruise today.
No.
Which is still not that
Not
much.
that much because we're still in the minority.
You think that there's a lot of us out there cruising, but to cruise lines, we're like that much.
if that.
And that's why you don't get the stuff that you feel like you're entitled to get, because we're just a small amount of people that are actually cruising. It just seems like there's a lot more people cruising because we're having those conversations in our community now, and we're showing the videos, and you're getting caught up in the social media and the content creation of, oh, look at me. I mean, it's not that many people.
Thank you for joining us, Stephanie Elaine.
It's not that many people that are cruising. But prior to that, and it hasn't been that many years. It's only been, honestly, the ramp up started after the pandemic.
Yep.
Because cruise lines were hurting so bad
That they was practically
They
giving
were
away cruises.
giving you cruises. So it was like, ooh. And
Let's
you,
go on a
when you felt like
cruise.
you was getting super value for the cheap and for nothing, no, I get my casino deals. I ain't got to pay for this, and ooh, I get sent this, and I ain't move that. I get on a Carnival ship for $25 a person. Yeah, you gonna go. And now that they've gotten back to a financial level that's somewhat sustainable, they're going back to where they were, and now people are upset.
Yep.
I'm just saying. Amor says, who pays for these damages? Paula says, I've never seen a fight on Carnival and will be on my 4th trip later this year.
In all reality, we've sailed, 15, 16?
I've never seen a fight.
And we've never seen a fight. I be looking for the fights.
Not saying that they don't happen, but see, that's what I'm saying.
Because I'm that petty person. I want to instigate.
So herein lies an issue. And again, no disrespect to anybody else that does cruise content.
What you
Most
about to say?
people see the images and hear the stories from social media. It's when someone posts something to get the views, to sensationalize something that's happening on a very small percentage, that it goes viral and people are like, ooh, did you hear this?
And then 90% of that is for people of color.
And if most people are posting those things, that's what you see. But in reality, that's not what's happening enough. But as someone who's been in the broadcast industry for over 25 years in marketing, that's not a good look for your brand. If those images are out there, if those conversations are being had in forums and groups and social media, it's not good. So they've got to get rid of that. And that's what's happening. So again, no disrespect to people that, you want to be just it's a vacation, man. At the end of the day, it's really a vacation.
Toilet.
I want people to enjoy the experience.
Exactly.
I want people that, like us, never thought that we would be able to go to some of the places we've been and experience some of the things, to kind of live a little bit through us, or to get excited and want to do something to go and experience that thing ourselves. You can go check my Carnival playlist right now. You don't see not one single video out of 18 of them that has a negative spin on it.
No. And it's not clickbait either.
Nope.
Toilet said, y'all got to leave Cousin Pookie that ain't never been off the block on a cruise. Send them a video when you get back.
She said, Anna Q says they break up way more fights than what we see online, and it ain't always us. True.
That part.
So true. But at the end of the day, a disruption is a disruption. Fine them or kick them off.
That part.
Which is what they're doing. She's absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Because we don't really be drinking like that, not for real.
And when we are drinking, y'all drinking the same thing over and over and over.
Right. You done got used to it. So you ain't it ain't nothing that's gonna, have you out here super crazy. We got about 345 people hanging out with us, 191 thumbs up. We'd
goodness.
love to have you hit that thumbs up button just so people can
Please
come
hit
back
the
and watch the
bell.
replay and think, and know that this was some content that, is worth their time. We really appreciate that. Toilet says, y'all
That's what I
gotta
just said.
leave Cousin Pookie that's never been off the block on a cruise. Send them a video of the fun when you get back.
You know Cousin Pookie don't need to be on no cruise ship.
sometimes it's needed.
Cousin Pookie need to stay home.
I mean, I'm just saying. Sometimes you know, and I know sometimes you want to take your family thinking that that experience that you're going to show them is going to make them see the light and change.
Nope.
Just remember, you can't change nobody.
Everybody don't need to go on.
If they've been the thuggish, ruggish bone for their whole life, just because you take them on a cruise and show them the Bahamas, don't mean when they come back, their whole life gonna be changed. Just be 1,000.
Cruiser Caper says like having the drunk uncle at the cookout.
Paula says, I avoid those channels because they're going to go in on our people. True.
Exactly.
Leanne, what's up? We haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, boo? She says, I have clients that actually sent me videos and say, I don't want a cruise with this fighting and drama. That part. That is what Carnival is combating. It's the people that would have probably sailed with them.
Yes, but because
up until they saw a video or a TikTok or something negative, whether it's somebody trying to sneak liquor on board or just drama, or that's what they're trying to get rid of. Nadine says every group has persons who act up, but evidence shows that some persons are always the ones who seemingly act as they're stereotyped and have no personal accountability, decorum, and it's embarrassing.
It is.
That is true.
That is so true.
Sydney says, correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever I sell Carnival, we are still the minority, aren't we? I still see more non-melanated passengers, but their behavior isn't posted.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You remember, like, back in the day, and some people on this SIP will probably remember when we just had a whole different level of class and decorum. And then all of a sudden, it just seems like we just lost our minds and forgot how we didn't like to be perceived. We didn't like to be seen. So you always did your best. You put your best foot forward. You put your best, outfits on. You did. And now it's just like, I mean, I don't know. That's a whole nother story for another day. Let's see. Sensational says, that's right, Toilet. Got to leave Pookie, Ray Ray, and Junebug back at the crib. Mario says, unfortunately, Black Rage gets clicks right now. Clicks equals money.
That part.
Shout out to Lynette and Stanley in the house. She says, Carnival is targeting the
milk
so that we will return to cruising more often.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it. Linda says, Sydney, absolutely, but their behavior isn't recorded and broadcast on the internet.
That part.
Not as much as ours is.
Not as much.
Sign of the times. Furlough and Fabulous says, howdy. Most of the rules don't bother me, except for the fact that if I can fight for my country and under 21, or was it 25, that I need a chaperone in the rewards program for 2026.
Yes. So like I said before, the active military do not need a chaperone. If that's one thing that most cruise lines do allow. And they might actually give discounts for active military going on vacation. But yes.
She said they're going to blame Shaq for this. Shout out to Dorian. He says, I appreciate you two as experts in cruising and cousins speaking on this matter.
Thank you.
No problem. Like Mama said, act like you got some sense in public. Jocelyn says, I like that word, frackery.
Frackery.
Yeah, I can't say the other thing. Cheyenne says, I'm not mad about any of these old and new rules.
At all, because they all are common sense.
Cruising Caper says it's what any business would do to protect their brand.
And that's all Carnival is doing.
Eric Maxey says, I was afraid it was just me thinking like this.
No, at all.
No. That's why I say the things you want to say but don't say. A lot of people feel that way. Like I said, it doesn't matter where you come from. You can be the hoodest on the block. Sometimes you just don't like ignorance. Nobody does.
Nobody likes ignorance. Everybody
is born into wanting to be around that behavior. But sometimes the behavior comes out because they're trying to prove a point. They want to be the big man. They want to be popular. They want to be seen. They want to be loud when you don't need to be.
Right.
And then we get upset when companies say,
not allowed. Sorry.
They didn't say, we don't want your money. Y'all do realize that. At no point in any of this did they say, we don't want your money.
We will not stop booking.
We just want some of these behaviors to change because
the behavior.
Y'all messing with the church's money.
Can't mess with the church money. Because they got to get their money off top.
That part. And it's up to you.
How you act.
You can choose to cruise with Carnival or not.
Exactly.
It's that simple. There are tons of other. Margaritaville says, come on in. Come aboard. We're expecting you.
I thought that was Princess.
G-Mo says, Chris Rock had warned us.
Black money.
H-Town Click says, I've been a loyal to Carnival since 2017. It started to get ghetto after COVID when folks had them stimmy checks.
I can wholeheartedly agree with that because pre-COVID, we used to cruise Carnival at least once or twice a year.
Carnival is our, second most cruise line?
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So we never had a problem with Carnival. And then it was like post-COVID, and everybody was like, they started doing those, the $10 cruises?
Bruh.
And then it seemed like everybody was like, oh, we going on a cruise.
Bruh.
And some of them folks did not need to be on a cruise.
Pajamas and bonnets everywhere.
Is that when, was it COVID?
That's when it started.
It all started post-COVID.
And no offense to anybody that wears pajamas and bonnets, but come on, that's at the house.
You are so right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
I love my people, and I want to see my people always elevated to the highest of high-stivity. But some of the frackery, I just can't. I can't endorse. I just can't. And you may say that's us as a people. That's our culture. No, hell, it ain't. Right is right. Wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
Step your game up.
Exactly. Y'all saw how they used to dress in.
Then we don't have to worry about them worrying about how we acting or what we doing or what.
Just be good.
And stand up and stand up for what you believe in. Speak on it.
Rise above.
I'm speaking on it.
Rise above.
We're gonna have one subscriber at the end of this video.
No, we're not.
I promise we talk about cruises.
We do. We're literally talking about a cruise.
Mario says, I've never smelled marijuana on a Disney trip.
Did we?
No, I've never. No. And I'm not saying that no one has ever done it. You just don't. It ain't the normal. Miss Steele says, a hit dog, Wahala.
Yeah. All the ones that
Michael
complain.
Burrell's coming in with a question.
Hey. Oh, and I starred a few.
Heading out on Carnival celebration in August. First Carnival cruise. Amber Cove, Grand Turk, Celebration Key. Any suggestions for the ship or ports?
It's a wonderful ship. If you're adventurous, ride the Bolt. Eat all the food.
Uh-huh.
Especially Guy's Burgers. You have to go there first.
Yeah.
Get you a Guy's Burger.
Got to do that.
And then later go to Shaq's and get you the chicken sandwich. Avoid the chicken biscuits in the morning because the biscuits are dry as hell. But the sandwich is popping all day.
Mm-hmm.
And even better, go to Shaq's, get the fries, and eat them with the Guy's Burger. Okay, and enjoy yourself. Try everything because it's your first Carnival cruise. Enjoy and try everything. You got anything that they should do? Ports, Amber Cove, just go lay in the pool all day.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just want to do something in.
Yeah, if you don't want to spend any money when you get to Amber Cove, just do all the things inside the port at Amber Cove and
you don't
just
have
relax.
To spend any money unless you just want to do an excursion. Grand Turk, same thing there. Unless you just want to go spend some money, just stay right there in the port at the Margaritaville. And then Celebration Key, you got to let us know all about it.
That part, 'cause we ain't been there yet. Shout out to Michael Burrell. Appreciate you coming in with the question right there. King Tolliver says, one year in Nassau, we went on an excursion to one of the private islands, and I heard Beyonce and all of them, and I was like, I hear this at home. Why am I in Nassau and they playing Beyonce?
Because they're 30 minutes away from Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to smell your recreational activities.
Isn't that hilarious? Nassau is basically Florida, so that's why you hear Beyonce.
The rules are reasonable. Boss Mom 9702, welcome to the SIP, says I don't disagree, but it's a culmination of things, Terry. People cruise for the overall experience.
Yes.
I just don't want to cruise for what I get at the crib.
We cruise for itineraries and seeing new places and experiencing new things. We are not trying to do the same old thing that we could do at home on a cruise ship because we're paying to be on that cruise ship to do something new.
Amor says Carnival should take some pages out of Royal's book. Drink packages, higher prices that the hood don't want to pay. Now, let me go back and say this again. It is not just the hood. It is not just the cousins. This comes down to a financial, economical, and class situation.
Absolutely.
So
that's what they're doing. It's a filter.
It's not just the cousins. Now, the bad behavior, the fights, the that kind of stuff. Yeah, all right. But some of the other stuff, it's not just us, okay? as a people. This just be 1,000. And I wanted to do a video a few years ago, and I just never got around to it. And because I was, I didn't want to offend anybody, and we're still trying to get our YouTube channel up, and we're the slowest ones to grow, but we still have a loyal,
because of you,
group of family that rolls with us. But y'all understand that cruising is just as segregated as going to church on Sunday? There.
Is what?
I've said it. Cruising is just as segregated as going to church on Sunday.
Okay.
Going to church on Sunday, it shouldn't matter which house
I'm like, what you talking
you go to.
Could you
right?
see the words floating over my head? I'm like, what is
it? Shouldn't
saying?
matter.
You're right.
You should just go to the house.
It should be one
and
church.
be around the people, because we're all family. We're all the same.
It should be one church
on the inside.
Absolutely.
But cruising is kind of the same way. As Black content creators, we're not going to get the same views and the same audience to watch us as some of our close friends that have channels. We're not a mixed channel, so we're not getting the half and half. And the ones that you know what, you get what I'm saying? It's really that way. And you got to remember that as a people, we are a very small minority that cruise at all. If you don't believe me, go to your computer after the sip, Google
percentage,
and see the numbers. Just see the numbers. So when you think you got, something to talk about, shout about, fuss about, complain about, you just, the grand scheme of things, you don't move the needle. But they'll take your money. But we don't. I don't know. I'm losing track because
it's like I'm gonna take the mouse again.
when we started cruising 10 years ago, the number one thing that amazed me, that sold me on cruising, that made me want to cruise 60 some odd cruises later, was how everybody got along on the cruise.
Absolutely.
From the crew to the passengers. 10 years ago, when you went on a cruise,
everybody was like
so happy to be on a cruise, to be eating all the food.
It didn't matter what
enjoying the drinks, laying out, watching the entertainment, traveling to all the ports. It didn't matter. Everybody was the same. You had conversations with people you never thought you would have conversations with. Some of those to this day turn out to be lifelong friends.
Yep.
And it's a little different now.
Absolutely.
So I don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes I get off on these things. We still got people with us.
Yeah.
Ain't run everybody off yet.
No.
But I mean, just think about it. We don't get the same representation. And I understand why we would get upset and we would get angry and we feel like we're entitled and, they should come and give us something. But I know.
Lola just answered you. She said, according to Google, 12% of cruisers are Black.
That part.
12. That's a big jump away from 100. And that varies from line to line, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Today is a little serious kind of sip. But, it needs to be said. And,
that was loud.
If you look in our description, you'll see where we say we are an inclusive channel of all people in all lifestyles.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter to us. Does not matter.
But
not everybody that goes on cruises sees us as equals or feel like they can have a conversation with us or feel like they can watch our videos and get value from it.
That's all we out here for.
And we just out here just talking about travel.
Talk about travel.
Anyway, let's see here.
I had some questions that I started.
Oh, you did? Let me do that. Let me do some work.
Or comments.
I'm thirsty. I think I might just take a shot.
We need something.
On my own.
The drink that you said I didn't like is gone.
All right. You show ain't there no more, is it? Go hit that swallow.
It's all nutmeg.
Oh.
And
you know what? I got your
I was over here.
Here you go.
Coffee?
You know what?
I mean,
that ain't what you want.
I was looking at my Simplies back there.
Oh, well,
y'all, I got new Simplies.
It's hot.
I could get some ice.
All right. Let me ask this. King Tolliver, let's get back to work, man. Says, question, if people cruise on Regent, and act the way they do on Carnival, will they say they are targeted when they ban them?
That's on any cruise line, though, especially any of the luxury or premium class ships. I think if people act a fool on them ships, they gonna get a rude awakening. That's why I was even saying to you and our friends earlier when I said, let them try this mess on MSC. And then they be in some kind of figure 4 leg lock.
MSC is about to become everybody's close friend.
Because MSC security don't play. They may
Oh,
look tiny.
yeah. So
But
let it be said that Terry put y'all on. MSC's security
don't play.
are ex-military.
That's why I said,
Okay.
try to mess around on MSC.
You know the people we
you
just
gonna be held.
so go on MSC and act the fool you want to.
And I bet it'll
They
happen.
hire
Yeah.
ex-military,
Right.
ex-operators
I
for their security.
They
So
may look like
go on over there and act the fool.
go act the fool you want to. They may look like normal people, but when they bust out some jujitsu in your
Right. Be one little small skinny dude, and he just walk up to you. Sleep now. Now that part we've seen, so we know
That's-
MSC security is not to be played with. They may look all cute with the little blue blazers and suits on, but you don't want to try them.
try 'em
Trust
if
me.
you want to.
They hire the
MSC will,
yeah.
the
No.
MSC security will
No.
get you right in 3 seconds
Right.
flat.
That would be the video of the year, boy. You think you go over there and you're gonna do all that? All right, let's get back to it. Andrew, welcome to the Sunday Sip.
Thank you.
Say we did Vista when it first launched. Carnival seems to be in disarray at this time. We're doing Ritz-Carlton in March. Have y'all done Ritz? How would you rank it? So
Okay.
we have not done the Ritz-Carlton yet. Hello. I don't have a cocktail.
No.
When you talk about Ritz, it's the
You
pinky
have
up.
to pay the. We have to
Pinky is up. Ritz-Carlton. No, we haven't done Ritz yet. We would.
We have to pinky up with Ritz.
So
But
I
no,
have this thing
that's a
about
big
Ritz. Ritz is a big jump. Ritz is
Whew.
more investigation is needed on Ritz
I
because
researched Ritz for a client,
yeah.
and I was like, "Who child?"
And I saw a video recently that had me second, like come back and rethink it because
Yeah.
you know if I had to cruise luxury, I would do Explorer Journeys, which is
Yes.
owned by MSC before I would do Ritz-Carlton.
Yes.
But there are some things that I've seen lately on Ritz-Carlton that I'm like, yo, that might be the
Ritz Carlton and
Might be the
what was
move.
the other one? The Four Seasons. Clutch my pearls.
or the one where Captain Kate going.
Yeah, that's what I said. Clutch
Lord,
my pearls.
I need to hit an L, a lottery or a lawsuit to afford one of them.
Because
So Andrew, we
No,
have
we have
not.
not.
You will have an amazing time.
we would rank it up there.
If you've ever stayed, if you've ever stayed in a Ritz-Carlton hotel, then you kind of can expect kind of
Similar.
similar stuff. I think you'll be good. Yeah.
You good?
I'm about to choke over here.
Oh, your sparkling water.
Yeah. To everybody that gave us a donation today, we appreciate you. I want to drop some dollars for you.
Yes, because they was dropping in you.
Yeah.
You was on your
Thank you for the super
So
chats.
nice.
Thank you for supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. It helps us fix gear, buy gear, and all that stuff. Let's see. Terry, how do you like that illegal mezcal you have? Either you didn't like it or it's an unopened bottle. The bottle is open.
what mezcal?
My mezcal. Right here.
Oh, the brand is illegal.
The
Oh, it's open. It's
the
open.
bottle is open. However, I have another brand of mezcal that I drink more than I drink that one.
and it's just him drinking it.
Yeah, I'm only one that drink it. So
I don't like mezcal.
But I like that. Different mezcals have a different flavor profile depending on which one it is. I do like that one, but that's not my go-to
Yeah.
on the regular. But I'm glad you pointed it out because I was looking at it and I got like 4 cocktails I want to make later on with it in there. Hara said, Addy and Terry, what is the recommended line to cruise the ABC Islands?
Ooh, I would believe it or not, Carnival.
Yeah,
Carnival does a great southern itinerary. because they do extended stays. So Carnival, and they do a 6-day.
Yeah.
So which is rare for a Southern itinerary. So Carnival, and Virgin.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I know.
Royal too? No.
No,
No.
Royal don't do bananas.
Nah, I take that back.
Yeah. So, and
There you go,
maybe
Horace.
Princess. Maybe Princess. I know they do a lot of Southerns as well. So yeah, I would say Carnival, Virgin, Princess.
Flower Bloom says, will we be discussing the Norwegian Aqua October cruise? She's referencing our group cruise that's coming up in October. We will discuss that before we get off the air.
Yes.
That's it, off the air like I'm at work. Again, thanks to everybody for the super chat. Shout out to Keena. Shout out to Q. We appreciate you.
All the love.
Dunn, thank you for the love. Harry,
Yeah.
we appreciate you as well. Davia, thank you for coming through.
Oh, thank you,
It means
DT.
a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, DT.
We appreciate that.
Switches.
Sensational says exactly. This is going back to some of the rules Carnival's instituted. Folks are snatching kids and molesting them on ships. It's crazy. We can't wobble without the music, ABD without fighting. Glad I've never witnessed a fight and hope that I never do.
Knock wood.
Facts. JOA says it was everyone's dream growing up in the late 80s and early 90s to visit the Bahamas. Had to make good money. The is now lines like Carnival have made it affordable for everybody.
Right.
And there's nothing
To
wrong
the
with
point where most people, even if they go on a cruise and Bahamas is one of the port stops, some people like, screw it. They done been so many times they don't even want to get off the ship.
that. Yeah.
So
But sometimes people want to go to some places just for the frackery still.
yeah,
I hate to say it.
yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere's got to be a turn up. No, everywhere does not have to be a
They don't
turn
gotta
up. Everywhere does not have to be a turn up. Jamaica doesn't have to always be a turn up.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna definitely soundbite that.
What am I thinking of? Mexico. Cancun doesn't always have to be a turn up.
Or Cozumel.
Nassau doesn't always have to be a turn up. It doesn't. It could just be a place to go visit and actually learn about the place that you're going. We always say it. Go be local. Get local.
Get local.
How many times have you been to these places and you actually know anything about the places other than,
Or-
I went
or
there and I got messed up,
know
or I smoked up,
somebody
or I.
personally that lives there? Like
That part.
all the places that we have been, we actually know people in those places and can like ask them how is it at home?
Yeah, I'm just saying, just saying. I don't mean to upset y'all. No, we know some of y'all won't ever watch us again, but we love you. We praying for you. Tracy Hembry says 9 times out of 10, the teens who are out unsupervised after 1 a.m. have that same freedom at home. This is
That's true.
unfortunately true. Ms. Steele says Bluetooth speakers are disruptive in public spaces, but should be allowed in your cabin. Absolutely
I
nothing
agree.
wrong with that.
I totally agree. But because somebody got upset and threw somebody else's Bluetooth off the ship,
All right, first off.
now they done messed it up for everybody.
I'm gonna need another drink on this.
She just said,
If you come over and grab my speaker and toss my off the side of the ship, oh, baby, believe I'm about to be one of them dudes on the videos that's getting posted. You hear me?
that is why
Nah,
the rules always come because of an instant. Someone said that earlier.
man, nah.
The rules happen because of the consequences of an incident.
I'm just saying, man. Event Yours says they got Pookie and Ray Ray watching the kids, but Pookie and Ray Ray are not watching them because they're busy partaking in
Partaking.
recreational activities. Just saying, man. Ken Hill says they said you can bring fans to the club, just not black ones or battery operated ones. No,
Yeah.
you can bring
You
battery
can bring-
operated ones. You cannot
you can
bring
have the little fan.
Yeah.
You just can't take your clacker fan.
Yeah. Anna Q says, and people have complained about all these things in the survey. The kids after curfew, the smoke smell, the loudspeakers. They've complained about it for years.
4 years. And now because they're doing something about it, people are upset.
So let me break it down to you, man. Y'all know how much money the Carnival just spent on Celebration Key?
They gonna make it up.
You know how
somehow.
how much they got to make up? So they got to get that clientele back right that's going to spend the money and not have any issues. So more and more and more and more people could come back to Carnival. Last time I checked, I don't remember seeing the cousins on any of the commercials.
No.
I'm just going to leave that right there.
12%.
I'm going to let you drive.
Or-
I need a drink.
We need another beverage.
I ain't say I was making another drink.
Oh, then get me some ice for a Simply.
All right, you do that. I'm just saying, I need it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, King Tolliver. He said, I'm not, if not mistaken, it was last year where a lady from another persuasion had her music playing, and another lady of the same persuasion walked over and took her Bluetooth speaker and threw it overboard. That is exactly correct. Right after that, Carnival pulled the speakers. Exactly. Anna Q said, even some cities in Florida have banned or limited spring breakers. This is true. And even a lot of the all-inclusives, especially in Cancun and Cozumel and that whole area, they're limiting, like, the age. There's an age limit on whether or not they can book a resort for spring break. Thank you, Doc. I did not know it was clear. Have Simply's always been clear. We got a new Simply flavor, y'all. Y'all know I'm a fan of Simply. D&Q, if you're watching, I got a new one for us to get. This one is Simply Tropical Mango Pineapple. Okay, wait, let me taste it, see if it's any good.
You having more excitement than my drink today. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's good. Taste. Taste.
I didn't flip before I sip. My bad. I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't shake it up?
No. All right, where we at, man? All right, let's see. Still going.
You could go through all the way down. Michael. Right there.
All right, Michael Burrell, once again, welcome to the sip, said that this has so much to do with the luxury market growing and Carnival unintentionally moving further from the baseline. They want to offer guests the same experience, but not at the loss of their reputation.
That part.
Yeah.
That part. If you've noticed, there's a lot more premium class cruises out there and a lot more luxury class of cruises out there. And Carnival is falling in the wayside. And it's gotten that reputation for being the quick, cheap cruise.
Yeah.
When it used to be the cruise. Like, when someone said they're going on a cruise, it was just automatically assumed that you were going on Carnival.
You remember when we started on Carnival and then, you know, we had our own little personal, like, what was his name? You remember?
Oh, the PVP.
Yeah.
Personal vacation
And he
planner.
would call us all the time every year and we would book our cruises. And then, I'm sorry, I was a little bug was flying by.
I was like, what are you reaching?
And then we looked and one year we were like, we can't afford Carnival. Like,
Carnival became too.
that's when we left. What was the okay? So when we left Carnival, what was the very next cruise line we went to? Because we went because
MSC.
we couldn't afford
It was MSC.
Carnival. We were like, what the hell just happened? No, we Royal.
Oh, that was the family cruise.
But we
So
went
that
to
didn't
Royal,
count. Yeah.
and then we came back to. Then we went to Celebrity.
Because we thought we was bougie.
Then we came back to Carnival. And
As a
then we
family
went
cruise.
to MSC, and then we came back to Carnival 2 more times, and then so we've done enough Carnivals. We kept coming back because that was the family
That was
cruise
the family
line of
cruise.
choice.
Yeah, until we did MSC and then family switched.
Because the dollars was right. Yeah,
That and the kids preferred MSC.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
They preferred the kids club at MSC. You just did, Michael.
Miss Bridget says, I understand their position, but the narrative that it's only the cousins I disagree with. There are unruly people in every shade. The ban on music to me is what really got my attention.
I agree. I just think the narrative right now is that it's the cousins because the cousins are the ones complaining. Nobody else is taking ownership over it or complaining about any of the rules. So that's why the narrative is focusing on the cousins.
And you got to remember the
Carnival
current
never said
environment that is going on, too.
That's further in the comments.
Yeah.
Somebody brought that up. So yeah. Nobody has ever said that it was direct, but
I guess we
we're the ones that are vocal about it.
We took so many trips earlier on where we didn't hear our music and
Yeah,
stuff.
it didn't matter to me. I don't
So
care.
it didn't bother me because, and we didn't go on the ship expecting it. It's
Expecting
just,
music,
you
and
know,
if we
I've
heard
never
us-
been on there where I was like, dang, I wish I could hear some more of our music.
No.
It was just, we just knew that was just cruising. That's just part of cruising.
Right.
Like,
And
you
if
know.
we did hear a song that we knew, we were like, oh,
Right.
like, okay, woo, woo. And then it went back to
You know,
normal.
but again, that goes back to people always wanting to turn up and thinking that the cruise line is the club. You want to go to the club, you ain't got to spend all that money. Just go to
Just
the club.
go down the street and go to your own club.
Stop trying to bring the club to the cruise ship
That part.
because that's not what they're there for. That's it's just not.
Anna Q said, y'all could just go back to the Tamiya dance. Stop trying to do the
Right. Y'all ain't mastered that one yet. Town says Margaritaville is a nasty ferry ride to nowhere. I can't say that.
We
the
would have
original
agreed.
ship,
We would have agreed.
but the Islander, I've still not heard anybody say anything bad about it. Moore says Margaritaville and you can smoke weed in Jamaica and Mexico. Yeah. Linda says I cruise with celebrity now.
Yep.
Trippin' Texan says, man, you speaking facts.
Hey, we ain't seen y'all. in
Hey, family, how y'all doing?
forever.
How's the missus? I hope you are on the mend and
Missing y'all.
off to a speedy recovery.
Big hugs.
Yeah. Boss Mom says Virgin played a ton of hip hop in the nightclubs. I think Carnival needed to make some changes, but some of these changes will harm more than hurt.
I disagree.
And I got to tell you about Virgin. Unfortunately,
They going to theme nights too.
they are. And they are also limiting the amount of hip hop that is played on Virgin Voyages. Not because of anything
colors. Yes.
negative or anything like that, because Virgin was a music company. I got to remember that. They're just not going down that road.
Yeah. They want to keep it all inclusive and in favor for everybody.
They still trying to keep a cruise line, so they ain't even trying to bring
They ain't
anything that's going to make
discriminating
them.
on nothing.
Yeah. So just know, it's just, again,
It's all
someone
about
said it,
time.
12%.
Mhm.
12% out of 100, y'all.
Are you sipping the illegal?
Mm-mm.
What are you sipping?
Lalo.
Oh, keep that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, see, he even doing pinkies up. With
I am
his-
not doing pinkies up.
he's
You
got
see,
his
my
tequila.
pinky is connected
Now
to the
it's
stem.
connected to the stem, but
My pinky was not up like that. Go back and rewind
I'm just
the tape.
saying you got a fancy sipper.
This is the proper glass
You
to
got
drink
a
tequila out
fancy,
of.
fancy glass
Thank
for
you.
your tequila.
Yeah, I'll be bougie.
Red said, Colonel said, y'all not about to turn us in spirit.
Excuse my ignorance. Does Carnival have a ship within a ship?
No. Yes.
What's it called?
Loft 19. It's on Mardi Gras celebration and Jubilee.
What they got on there?
It's the suite access. We ain't ever doing
I was curious. I don't know why that just popped in my head. I
Yeah,
guess
but they
because
do.
you were saying I was being bougie with my tequila, but
Yeah, we have not done the suite on Carnival
Hmm.
in a very long time.
that's how you know you got a good tequila when you could just sip it.
You ain't even chill it.
Didn't need to. It's good.
Ah.
Where we at? I swear we talk about cruising on this channel. Sharon R says the group dance song should be allowed. If the crew is doing them, the fans are annoying sometimes.
And you will notice that
But the crew ain't gonna be doing them no more.
that's the thing. But even still, when we've gone on other cruise lines, doing a line dance should not be the epitome of a deck party. That should not be the highlight of the cruise, is doing a line dance by the pool or in the club.
Yeah, the fun ships are just gonna be the ships now.
I mean, they're still fun.
I mean, they will, but they won't be doing all the same stuff. I'm
They're
just saying.
I
Red
read
says
that
Carnival
one.
said y'all not about to turn them
I
into the
read that.
Spirit Airlines. Cam, this says the highlighted rules sound good, but the
I
music thing sounds weird. What isn't J9? What's up? She says bullseye.
You was preaching.
Rowan Griffin says it's the one stock that I own and don't actually use. I wasn't trying to preach. I just, having a conversation because I know people are out there and they're talking about the changes and we just really needed to address it properly. Cheating vegan scarecrow says, "You preaching today, Terry." Cruising Caper says, "That's what it is. They feel that what they do at home is okay anywhere, and it's not."
And it's not.
Amora says, "Some don't know any etiquette, and they just bring those habits from home to the ship."
That part.
Christopher
I've
says,
enforced etiquette on
"Some
my
of the
kids.
rules have been in the cruise contract. Carnival's just enforcing them now." That part.
That part.
Ken Hill says, "The same rowdy crowd is acting up in New Jersey on the boardwalks, which has made them at curfew for underage troublemakers." Yep.
That's just like downtown Atlanta.
Lola says, "My first cruise is on the Carnival celebration. Now I'm scared." Lola, do not be. Okay, we're talking about
We're not going to scare you.
isolated incidences that appear to be the norm but are not. Carnival
They're
is
not
still
the
an amazing cruise line if you're going for vacation. If you're going
Yes.
for frackery, then you'll see frackery if that's what you're searching for. But you are going to have an amazing
Have
time on
a
your ship.
ball. The
Uh,
celebration is a great
Yeah.
ship.
And this is your first cruise and your first cruise on Carnival. Just go to enjoy yourself.
Have fun.
Don't watch no videos if you don't need be, especially negative ones. If you want to
Do-
watch a
right.
ship tour to kind of find your way around, that's cool.
Exactly.
Just don't get caught up in the hype. But there are incidences that have transpired on Carnival that needed to be addressed. But let me say this. So while people may be thinking we coming down on the cousins, I don't know how many people follow John Held, who is the actual Carnival ambassador. But if you knew how much he be catching on a daily, and it ain't coming from the cousins, these commenters are not coming from the cousins. So trust me, people just have biases across the board for whatever does not fit their particular deal. But as a representative of the culture, I want our people to always be seen in the most positive light. I want people to go and have an amazing experience because we work too damn hard, too long for those little bitty coins to not enjoy them, to get caught up doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And don't think you flossing because you're going on a cruise. A lot of people go on cruises now because they feel like that's the new floss. Like,
I mean, it's a floss if you in a suite.
to that part.
If you in a suite,
If
you in yacht club, but if you in an inside,
if you in an interior, you can't see no daylight, and you out here trying to impress somebody, male
talking
or
about-
female,
talking
or
about you popping
man,
bottles.
you better get up out of here with that.
Talking about you popping bottles. No. Unless you in a suite, you ain't flossing nothing.
Got you free dinner every night. Cause
It's free.
got you entertainment, girl.
I mean, okay, so
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm. Let me take you around to these shops and show you that stuff I can't buy. You could try it on though. Let me stop, man. I'm about to get cussed out for real. All right. Where we at? Travel we see says boots on the ground nonstop on Mariner today. Club is lit. Great DJ. Cousins galore. Price is right. People like what they like and define relaxation differently, and that's okay, be it cigars or fans.
We had fun on the Mariner.
Mm-hmm. Mariner be jumping.
The Mariner was a fun ship.
Yeah.
Bridget said, I'm sold.
She said, I'm sold on Virgin from now. Anna Q says, don't understand the wobble thing, though. Everybody of all colors are on the Lido deck doing it in unison and getting along.
Exactly.
That's why I was shocked when they said they were banning the wobble, because everybody does the wobble,
because some people started fighting while
They
they
did?
was wobbling.
Oh,
Like I said, she flipped her hair in my face.
I ain't know about all that. Trippin' Texas says, we're on vacation. The real world back here waiting on us. I go on board to leave it behind.
Exactly.
Town says MSC is a journey through 1934 Europe. Lola says some of my family members' first cruises on the Carnival celebration. Now they're scared. Don't be. It's not. Don't be. We're
be.
talking about just frackery. We're talking
We're
about.
talking about the frackery.
Yeah, you've seen the videos.
The
You've heard this stuff by
frackery,
now.
It should not scare you.
Yeah.
Just if you go on a cruise to have a good time, you go have your good time.
Yeah, that part. H-Town says Carnival needs to enforce the dress code in the buffet area.
I agree.
I hate to see the cousins in thong bikinis while I'm eating indoors.
I agree.
I agree with that, yeah.
I agree.
Miss T Blue says, I don't blame them at all. Business owners understand
Absolutely.
that part. Blue Sun 820, welcome to the Sunday Sip. I'm a bougie cruiser like Terry. Just saying. Let me give him some love, man. I can get down either way you want to get down, but I just prefer to drink my tequila out of a bougie glass.
instead of shooting it. Tequila ain't gotta be a shot. We drink it out of a bougie glass.
Man, we all over the place today.
Okay.
I'm so hungry. We need to order pizza.
All that food in that fridge.
Nadine says
This
people
why I don't cook,
seemingly
y'all.
love to act as I've been eating Fourth stuff since the Fourth. People seemingly love to act as their stereotyped and uncouth behavior. Don't want to raise their level of being, regardless of where they
I
are.
want
land or
our
sea.
people to go back to the 1920s, not even 20s, like the 30s and 40s when everybody wore like the suits and the hair was
you
laid.
ain't got to go back that far.
I'm just saying, when everybody,
Things weren't right that far back there.
I said like how they like
I know what you mean.
presented themselves.
I
There
know.
was a pride.
Yeah,
and
back to the
how you-
60s. You realize that? 60s,
Yeah,
70s. Yeah.
Presented themselves in a manner where it was like you would not be caught dead wearing a pair of sneakers for a gentleman because you was in your suit.
I'm just not getting
Like
used to wearing my forces.
I mean, you are. But I'm just saying, like even in the movie Sinners, they was clean. in
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
movie.
know what you mean. I
They
know
was
what
clean.
you
There
mean.
was a sense of pride.
Yeah, but
and
you know,
now-
that's a whole nother conversation, probably for another channel. You know,
Okay.
I'll get into that deep. You know,
Okay, out pride.
let's see. Paula says my first cruise was Royal, but they have outpriced me. I might try Virgin, although they are very pricey. But it's Carnival for now.
I agree. Okay, to put it on a scale of price, when you think of Virgin and Carnival and Royal and Norwegian and all of that, think of everything you have to include in that price. So when you're thinking drink packages, you're thinking Wi-Fi, you're thinking specialty dining or entertainment or gratuities or what have you. Put all that together and then price shop.
I was going to do a comparison.
Then price shop.
But-
And I can bet you that Virgin is still going to be one of the cheaper ones because you're already getting everything included.
I was thinking.
Royal is going to make you they're going to charge you for the Wi-Fi. They're going to
Man,
charge
Royal gonna get their coins, boy.
you. Royal is going to get you for everything. The only one that I could say that's probably close now to Virgin is Princess and Celebrity and Norwegian because they have those all-inclusive type packages that they include the gratuities and the drinks and the Wi-Fi and all that stuff that you can purchase into. Royal does not. Royal says we gonna get our coins.
That part. Hurry up, man.
So think of it that way. That's how you price your cruise.
JOA says, I tell new cruisers, stay away from the old Carnival ships. Cheap cruises bring the bad crowd. The average person not going to pay $2,000 or more per person for a vacation.
True.
H-Town says, thanks for discussing the topic. Corey says, Terry, cooking, I don't like certain behavior on my trips either.
Absolutely.
Sensational says they're attacking whomever is acting a fool on their ships, and I agree with it.
Absolutely.
Deacon Terry, you said a word today. All right, preach. Let me pass around the collection plate real quick.
Wow.
Town says the only people who gonna leave Carnival are,
The Ingram.
yeah, black people ain't leaving.
No.
You know, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know,
Mhm.
like
You're welcome, Paula.
Atlanta and Houston. You know what they say.
There's black
Atlanta
folks.
got,
And then
and
there's
Houston has black people.
there's black folks. And then there's
Just saying the things you want to say, but don't. Let's see here. Event yours says Margaritaville is their best alternative. Boss Mom said, let us call in.
we used to have
Eddie
that.
Malley says, that's why I do not cruise Carnival. I do roll, but be honest, when looking at the Love Boat, we could not afford it. Carnival gave us a chance to cruise, and we as black people mess it up.
Yeah.
Michael Butler says, I want a status match with Virgin, but it ends in October. I turned platinum on my cruise November 1st through 8th. I wish Virgin would extend that status match. They might.
They might.
Claude says, these rules were a long time coming. I couldn't agree more. Mia says, I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I sometimes wonder if those drastically reduced rates caused some of the shift in what Carnival is looking like out here in the cruise world.
Absolutely.
It did.
It did. Absolutely. Because everybody all of a sudden can now afford a cruise.
Mario says, as a fellow cousin, we don't want to see that mess either. Lola says, Terry, you are so right on that. As a Latin black woman, I experience being treated different, not just in traveling, but in other aspects as well.
I can only imagine. Absolutely.
Cheryl says, hell no, I'm not going on Carnival or Margaritaville. Keena says, it's one of the reasons I only do longer cruise days with Carnival.
That's another one.
Yes, the longer the cruise,
the more tame it's going to be.
Yeah, all day. Anna Q says, same hood adjacent, but I speak multiple languages. You better preach. Come on, man.
We here.
44 Link says, let the church say amen. What's good, bro?
Amen.
John Spite says, well said, Terry, I've sailed Carnival 17 times, but 2 to 3 years ago, I started to venture out to other cruise lines, Virgin, MSC, due to all the ignorance. I'm good with the new rules. Paula says, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's what, we started going out to venture into other cruise lines, not just because of frackery, but because we just wanted to see what the other cruise lines were about.
Right. I want to see what else is out there.
Like, okay, what makes you different from this one? What makes you different? But it just turns out we like certain cruise lines for certain things.
What is this freestyle cruising you speak of? I want to break free. I mean, that just gets stuck in my head. I'm like, let me go see what this is all about. What we breaking free from right now?
That was the first cruise we ever had a beverage package. We were so messed up, y'all.
Right.
The Norwegian escape will forever hold a place in my heart.
And, we always, speak about just trying different cruise lines because why not?
Why not? Why do you have to be
might
loyal
find
to
something
one?
You are completely like, oh, man, I never knew this was here, and this is me. This is my people. This is my crowd. This is the stuff I like to do, and it's here. And you would never know it because you just keep doing the same thing because you feel like that's where you're supposed to go.
Exactly.
It ain't where you're supposed to go.
Bump that.
Carol says, Terry, you're right. We saw a fight on the Mardi Gras because of the fan, and it was not in the club.
Oh.
Tony Mathers says, who do you think signed off on the Netflix Poop Cruise special?
It's a documentary. They didn't need permission.
Nope. Town says, how am I supposed to do my busting that videos with you and fighting in the background? That part.
Only you, Daryl.
Clinton says, play stupid games with stupid prizes.
That part.
Claude says, these rules are a long time coming. I agree with the new regulations.
Thank you. We do too.
Marcia says, I was reading that the ban of the wobble was due to the lyrics. They said the lyrics aren't family friendly.
As everybody starts singing the wobble in their head.
I guess if you got little Timmy out there talking about, get in there. Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah. Get in there.
What are we getting
into?
What are we getting
Timmy?
into?
Timmy, what are you getting into? Timmy, what are you?
What are you doing?
What are you?
Why are you gyrating,
Timmy? Put that away. Put that away, Timmy.
Timmy.
I'm just saying.
Okay, if you put it that way.
Because it could have been the other way around.
Yeah.
Quan, you better put that thing up.
Quan ain't gonna bust it out. Quan. Timmy gonna bust it out.
Julie.
But Quan ain't gonna bust it out.
Julie's. Ain't nobody ever gonna watch this again. Julie, the day Addy and Terry's channel ended. Julie B says, folks pay too much money to chill. Don't want to deal with a bunch of foolishness.
Right.
Thanks. Anna Q says, these rules be on roll very soon. I'm sure of it. Nadine says, 100% agree with your statement, Sir Terry. People should carry themselves with class and decorum at all times.
Absolutely.
Mario, the fans are because of the song Boots on the Ground by 803 Fresh. That just was like the hit song of the year. So all the trail rides and the clubs and everybody, it's like a little line dance, but they do it with the fans. Town says, I'm doing Carnival for Halloween and New Year's. You bougie folks are welcome. The rest of the roughnecks can take royal.
Why we gotta be roughnecks?
That's how you feel today, sir? Miss T Blue says yes.
Oh,
Sensational says, I'm too happy and friendly, and cruises cost too much to be acting stupid on
that
vacation.
part. I ain't pay no money. One, I'm not gonna act stupid on a cruise because I don't want to get banned. Because you get banned on one, you get banned on all.
Shadow ban.
And I'm not trying. Sorry, that's an inside joke. Stop it. Okay. So I'm not trying to get banned on cruises because I like cruising way too much to start to get banned over some foolishness.
And I mean, if you want to pay thousands of dollars and then waste it, that's on you.
Yeah.
I work too hard for my money to waste it on some stupidness.
Derek LaFleur says, tell the truth about it, man.
You
Ain't
sound
no
good.
way in hell I spend my hard-earned money to
Thank
take
you,
on
that's what I'm
drama on a cruise
saying.
with people I don't know. I could have stayed at home with the drama. Enjoy your
Right.
life.
That part. Life is
Give
way,
Derek a round of applause for that one.
way too short to just to be stupid.
Man, come on. T. Glass says, the under 25 and married exemption got me giving them the side eye.
I mean, okay. Don't give them the side eye because we was that people. we was married under 25.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we couldn't afford a cruise then.
No,
But
and that was too much water for a brother to drink. I wasn't getting out there.
we were those people
Yeah.
that got married under 25.
Mm.
Thank you, Maurice, for becoming
Anna
a
Q
member.
says you should have been playing some trap music in the background while you was giving us them rules.
Oh.
Y'all funny.
That's what I was saying. They had me laughing while you
Shout
was
out to the
talking.
truth, to the body natural design.
Oh, I like.
A successful cruise depends on everyone on the ship, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I agree, but I'm going to say wholeheartedly, the successful cruise really just depends on you and how you act.
And being a channel of inclusive. Brother Town
Words.
says, let's not forget the MAGA folks on the other cruise lines. All things being equal, I'll take my wild cousins over those Trumpers any day. And that is your right to do so.
Absolutely.
You know, there's good people on both sides. There's good thoughts on both sides.
What are you dinging?
Who is? Oh, family.
Okay. You didn't D&D.
No, I didn't. It's my bad. You know,
Show me
I just
your
don't let
friends
just let
and
people
I'll
get on my
show
nerves
you
like
your
that.
Future.
Like for real. Like you do you, pimp. Got nothing to do with me and my dollars being spent.
Right.
44 Link says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's what I was always told. You are who you surround yourselves.
This is really good,
Just saying.
y'all. Not sponsored, but go get you some Simply Tropicals. This is really good.
I need to zoom in on you over there.
No, I was just.
You like that episode that we watched of Black Mirror? Where she just randomly started doing commercial ads.
If you're trying to go on vacation.
Try Tropical Mango by Simply.
No, I was going to do an ad.
Oh.
If you're trying to go on vacation, go to addyandterry.com. Click the Come With Us button. We have a variety of vacations are waiting for you.
Let me get in on this. We would love to have you join us. Without all the frackery. We're here for you. Family first.
Family.
That's the Addy and Terry way. Come sail with us.
Oh my God. Oh my God. See, if y'all don't watch Black Mirror, then you're not gonna know what the heck we're talking about.
Stephanie
watch
Elaine,
Black
thank you
Mirror.
for becoming a member.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cruising Capers, we did our first cruise in 99, and there was not a lot of us on the ship. That is facts.
That is so
Sensational says, that's right. Represent your family and show self-respect. Tip well deserved. Show respect and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Linda says, I started cruising in the 90s, but I wasn't anyone on the ship who looked like me. Facts.
When we took our first cruise on the Costa Fortuna,
Costa Fortuna.
I swear we were the only black people on board.
We were there.
That was 2007. It was New Year's Eve cruise.
But you know what? I wasn't even looking for
2007,
other black
2000.
people. I just
We-
knew that we were the only black
We
people.
wasn't looking for it, but those Italians,
And them damn Speedos all over the place. I'm like,
Italians know how to turn up. I'm gonna just put it that
Bruh.
way. But we
well, you
were
know they say
that part. But we didn't go on that cruise looking for other black people.
Mm-mm.
We just went on the cruise to go on a cruise. So that's part of the problem in itself right there. Stop looking for or going on a cruise specifically because you think that we are
need
on
to
a
be
ship.
grouped up.
Yeah. Do something different.
Why you trying to group up anyway on the cruise? You going on your vacation.
You on vacation. Why you trying?
You gonna group up at the house.
That's Sorry, that
We
just
gonna
popped
get
in
in
my
so
head.
much trouble. Clinton says, frankly, all I want to know when I get on board is where the cigar lounge.
You sound like him.
Linda says, I started cruising with Carnival in 2011.
Oh, okay.
Tanya Cat says, my mom's first cruise was on Mardi Gras back in the 70s.
Wow, she's an OG.
Kiana says, folks used to say black folks don't belong on no ship. We ain't going back to the ship. Sensational says, oh, and I always tell my kids that are grown to not be one of them.
Don't be one of them.
Phyllis McDougal says, Carnival is partly to blame for all of this. They let the genie out of the bottle when the sales went up, but they didn't anticipate these issues. Now they trying to put the genie back in the bottle.
That part.
That part.
You lower the standards and you got to deal with those standards.
Right. You wanted them dollars.
You wanted the dollars.
Gina
and
says,
now
you're
you
right,
pay.
Terry, because you could count the number of cousins on the Disney cruise.
Oh, definitely.
Anna Q says, not really a fight, but a disagreement.
Right.
Derek says, when I cruise, I put all the BS behind me and enjoy every moment of my vacation. I love to cruise and connect with others that are like-minded like me. That's what it's all about.
100. 100. Reposting the bad stuff makes us all look bad. I 100% agree.
King Tolliver says, I told my son almost every day for about 3 months before our cruise that he better not cut up on our cruise. One photographer said, my son was so well behaved. I said, thank you.
Our kids always get stopped because they're people don't expect them to be so mannerful.
Karen Davis says, the 10-90 rule. 10% of the people causing 90% of the problem, and the loud mouths get the attention. So we're only seeing the 10%. It's all negative, being told by the loud folks.
You remember that one cruise where Tristan was holding the door open for somebody?
Yeah.
And we're like, where did he go? And he was still at the back holding the door open for people.
Lola has a question. She says, I have 12 children going
Okay.
on the Carnival celebration with me. They are under 11. Do you recommend the kids club?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If the thing with under 11 is at 9 years old, they're able to check themselves out on Carnival. So you may want to make sure that none of those kids have that ability, because you as the parent guardian are able to say yes or no if they're able to check themselves in and out of club. So I would say if the kids are responsible, then yeah, give them that freedom. We gave ours freedom to do that. But if they are not, make sure that they know that they are not allowed to leave the club on their own, because you don't want them to. So that means you will have to go drop them off at the club and pick them up from the club whenever they are going to be there.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. Carnival's Kids Club is great.
That part.
Coco is being so good.
Event Yours
outside.
says, I blame he probably done stroked him out out there.
No, he just peeked in the window.
So I blame the grandmas for the Pookies and Ray Rays on the cruise. They want all their grands on the family trip. They'll even pay for them.
That is true.
Jamar, welcome to the SIP, says, I have personally seen a fight on the Carnival Breeze back in 2014. It was a Caucasian family of 4 women jumped a black woman because their son bumped into the lady and it fell.
See, I told you. But dang, 4-on-1?
Right.
Daryl.
Star Sandifer says, bring back shame.
That part. That's what I was saying. Have some pride in yourself.
Sponge Bob. That part.
Spudge Pants Bob.
This is why Virgin leaped to our #1 cruise line, adults being adults.
That part. Oh, can't say
Kid
it
Hill
enough.
says, I'm late. Let me take a shot.
Go for it. Oh, you ain't go to our Facebook.
Latanya
Did
says,
anybody post anything? on
Terry's
Facebook?
drink done got warm fooling with our second cousins.
That was before you finished it.
Amelia G, welcome back to the SIP. Glad to see you. So basically, we got a lot of comments, a lot of people, expressing their thoughts on
Yes.
on the situation of the day. So I just wanted to bring that to the attention because I know there are a lot of videos that are circulating out there right now that are going to put a different type of spin on
right.
things in order to get the click. And we just wanted to just be real with you and just, let you understand, we don't
Aw.
completely agree with everything that's taking place. And do we feel it's singling out, African Americans to a degree? Yes. And some things, yeah, but we understand why it's happening.
We understand the
because
reasoning behind it.
you got on in and got all your home training, and now they got to go back
Or
and
they don't forgot their home training
keep
because they
running
ain't at home no
running
more.
their business. So we just want to, thank you for
Shed some light on the
no.
subject.
enjoying the conversation with us today.
Julie B said, bonnets is a whole nother sermon.
Let's see. Anna Q says, do you think that's why they won't allow the drink package on Celebration Island? They're afraid people will get too drunk and tear up the place or fight.
Absolutely.
Could be. That could be.
Absolutely. I think that's 100% the reason. And that's the reason why they're charging you more if you go over there to drink, because now you got to pay for it to get any additional stuff.
This
Everything comes down to money.
is a big statement.
I told you it's a filter.
What's worse is these people that might only cruise once in their lives ruining it for regular cruisers, or vice versa.
Oh, that part.
Or vice versa. Most people
That part.
have never. Did you realize in the chat how many people said I will be going
First
on my
cruise.
first cruise?
First cruise.
They're not like us that do cruise content where we're in a position because we want to create the content to
be able to
take multiple trips.
multiple trips, right?
You know, or to spend way too much damn money to go on these trips and then only get a few views on them. But
back in the day, before we were like content creators, we cruised maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And that was the family cruise. And then we thought we was big money when we did the family cruise, and then we did our anniversary cruise without the kids. So we've been there.
To me, it's like, I think for us, and we didn't see this, and this was not an intention when we started our channel.
What wasn't our intention?
But it's kind of become something bigger than we thought it would be. The conversations that we've had with people since we launched this channel privately have been some very deep, emotional, life-changing topics.
Yes.
To where I think, sometimes you start doing something for one reason, and then it completely morphs into something else. Like, I always wanted to not be stereotyped, not have our people be stereotyped, be able to do things that we think we're not supposed to do, go places where we think we're not supposed to go.
Thank you, Anna.
And show that and get other people to experience that. And the fact that there are people that we have met in the time that we've done our channel
that have brought us to tears. Oh my God,
that
you got me thinking about it.
are doing things for the very first time, or having experiences with people for the very first time. And you think you're just going day by day. Like, I think one of the big ones for me, and we're all over the place now, but
it's okay. Go for it, baby. Do you?
We were on a trip, and this young man came over to me and he said, "Thank you. I just want to say thank you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's good, man. I hope you enjoy the trip." He's like, "No, I really want to say thank you." And I'm like, "Well, what's up?" He says, "You see that man sitting over there laughing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "That's my father." I've never seen my father
laugh
up until 2 weeks before this cruise. I had no relationship with my father, but because I watched you and Addy, and something was just like, reach out to him and see, if we can connect. The fact that he was on a trip with his father that he had no relationship with growing up, and the two of them were having a good time and were enjoying themselves, really hit me. And I even then, I didn't really look at it different.
Right.
And while a lot of people are out looking for the silver plaque, now I would love to have a silver plaque, looking to have a huge sustainable business, and I would love to have that as well. But sometimes I think that
those conversations,
what we're doing is kind of like our mission. Unbeknownst to us, the conversations we're having, the things that we're doing, the places we're going, the people that we're meeting in our travels are doing something completely different for people.
Yeah.
And it's not just about going on the cruise or going on the trip or going here. It's, I've been sick for so long, and I hadn't gotten out, and I just kept watching you guys, and something inside me said, just book that trip. Let's go.
Or the time when we've had people come to us said, "Oh, we lost a loved one recently," or I'm the only caretaker for a loved one. And being able to come on this cruise with you has given me an outlet. And having you there, even though you're not really a friend, like knowing me in person, but having you there and hearing your voice and hearing you talk about something, or in getting able to meet you in person, gave me an outlet or an inspiration to just say, okay, for this week, I get to be me again.
Yeah.
Or I don't have to worry about so-and-so, or I don't have to do this anymore, because for these 6 days or this 7 days, I'm going to just be me again.
Or the brother that I talked about the other day in the 4th of July video, I met last year in Alaska, and he reached out and he sent me 2 bottles, 1 bottle of bourbon that I've never had, just because we had a conversation that helped him in his life.
Right.
Those are the kind of stories that we're getting from our channel. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that motivate us to come back every Sunday, even when we don't want to, even when we have those moments of nobody's watching our videos.
Or we don't like each other.
We fussing at each other about doing a video. We behind. Our channel is so small, but we realize that maybe there's another reason for what we're doing. So we keep going. And one day it'll all do what it's supposed to. But, you know, when we say thank you, or when you hear me say thank you, it is a genuine thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because I know you didn't have to be here for the last 2 hours and 50 minutes to listen to somebody you've never met in person talk about a topic. Yeah. I'm all over the place. Sometimes I just have to sit there because I think people forget. They get into the entertainment part of the thing, and they realize that sometimes things are even bigger than them. And, you know, I just wanted to say thank you. Just want to stop and say thank you. So thank you. Yeah. And Tiara says no pajamas and bonnets. Have to keep that in the cabin. So let's see. We got anything else going on? Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Castaway goes. What up, though?
What up, though, fam? Agree with the rules, but can't blame the cousins for everything.
Absolutely.
Lead correctly, and the rest will follow. That part. Triana, I can't see my glasses.
Trina
says, I'm going on the Friends on Thursday, and I expect to have a great time. I love Carnival. It's only second to Virgin. That part.
You should have a great time. We haven't been on the Forenza, but we thoroughly enjoyed our time. Wait, which one did we go on?
No, not the Forenza. We went on the other one.
That's what I said. What's the one we went on?
Lord Jesus, we don't been on so many. It was the, hold on.
It wasn't the Forenza, though. We didn't do Forenza.
It was
we did
the Venezia.
Venezia.
Yeah, the Venezia. I can't remember that.
We had a great time on the Venezia.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yes. So you should have an equally good time on the Friends.
Yes.
Yeah, that part.
The Lido deck is actually really cool because it's like inside. So, yeah.
I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and see if I'm missing anything.
Oh, thank you, Miss Bridget. That's sweet. And Miss Nadine, thank you.
I'm like, forgive me. I'm sitting here saying, I know we are not your typical cruise channel that does lives.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, y'all got any other questions? Let's see. Edward says, Terry, did you see the Regent 7 Seas 8794 Skyview Suite?
Did you say ski? Ski.
That's
ski.
20. Skeet, motherfucker. 25. You had to be on Virgin with us.
Had to be on Virgin. That was a thing.
That's $25,000 a night. I did not.
On Regent? Ooh, child.
I did not.
Dretha said, that's why I so enjoyed Virgin, met good people, and the vibe was awesome. That's right, because Sisterhood was your first Virgin. Yes.
Yeah.
Great times were had.
It's just a Terry's heated. He must be making another drink, so y'all must be staying on past 7. Now, we're actually getting ready to get out of here.
Yes.
Because your boy done got hungry, and I would like to go sit out and have a cigar and sip the rest of my tequila. But before we go, we would love to invite you to come be a part of the cruise community. I don't know, this
did anybody
this
post
Facebook page has been like blowing up lately. If you're on Facebook, we have a page called Addy and Terry Cruises and Cocktails Cruise Community. This is created for you. We pop in and, we say a couple of things, but this is just a place, a safe space for you guys to hang out, talk amongst yourself, talk about cruising,
Thank you,
all
Anna.
the things. A lot of people always share like their cocktails and drinks, and I keep trying to tell them it's more than just that. It's the cruises and cocktails community. So we'd love to see more
Look at Keena.
cruise, content like this. Keena doing a British Isles cruise and
Oh, I can't
sharing the
wait
experiences
to
with
do
us.
a British Isles cruise.
We got my man DT on
Oh,
board
he's-
World America right now, trying to get in the speakeasy.
He said, "Where are we?"
Right. So, we got different, conversations and different people around. So we'd love to have you come join us there. And of course, if you would love to travel with us, and hopefully the links are working, you can go to our website, addyandterry.com.
No, I'm laughing because Laria said she died. I was saying ski skeet.
And you right.
Had
And you
to be
click
there.
on the Come With Us
Yes.
tab, and this is where you're going to find all of our upcoming trips. We were asked to talk about our upcoming Norwegian Aqua Cruise, which is coming up in October. That's our next group cruise, October 12th through 19th,
On the
aboard the
brand
beautiful new
new-
Norwegian Aqua. I'm a fan of Norwegian. I'm
Always.
really looking forward to this, the food, and because they have a dedicated humidor and whiskey bar, I'm good. I don't do nothing else. Just leave me there and we straight.
Aw, Thank you, G.
But we will be leaving out of Miami, Florida on the 12th, going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. So if you followed some of our videos, that's going to be a good stop. We're going to St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. Some of our good friends live there, so we've got a couple of surprises in store for that stop. The British Virgin Islands, we've only been once, and we've been looking forward to going back to check out Joss Van Dyke. So we'll be going
It
to
is so beautiful there.
Tortola, and we'll be going to Great Stirrup Key, Bahamas. I think they should have all those new adjustments and tweaks that they've made to the island in place by the time we get there and back. So all the information
So
for that
excited.
particular cruise is right there for you. That's our next one.
Totally
then-
family friendly. So absolutely family friendly. What's the other thing I was going to say? It left me. But it's totally family friendly, still bookable. Look it up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to emphasize the family friendly part.
And then, of course, 2026, Addy's Birthday Bash, MLK
already
Weekend. That's
know.
happening January 16th through 21st. We'd love to have you. You only need to take one day of PTO
One PTO
in
day.
order to go hang out with us on that one. And then a lot of people have been hitting us up about this one, the Hollywood Sunsets and Mexican Horizons. We're going back to the West Coast. We love the West Coast when it comes to cruising. We're going to be going to Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, which I would move there today if I could, and Puerto Vallarta,
on the brand spanking new
Virgin Brilliant,
Brilliant Lady.
So we're really looking forward to making that trip. That's April 26th through May 3rd. And then, of course, Sippers at Sea. I expect to see
All of
it's
y'all.
300 some odd people on the sip right now. I need
All of
300
y'all.
of some of y'all to come hang out with us. Sippers at Sea,
Next
June
year.
13th through 18th. That's kind of like my pre-birthday celebration.
Yes.
And we're going to be on there with some of your other well-loved content creators. Lynette and Stanley will be on there with us with the group. And we've
Black
got the
Peloton
Black
group.
Peloton group on there. We're trying to take over the ship. So we need you to come and book with us. We've got some surprises in store for that. It just goes onward and upward in 2026. So definitely be looking out for that. And then for all the sisters out there, taking you to Tahiti, to the Polynesian Islands next July for
going
Sisterhood at Sea. So we
Yes.
got a couple of things in the works. And you know us, every now and again, something will pop up out the
blue.
horizon.
Yes, we are looking to do. We're already starting to because we're at the mid part of the year, so we're looking to start filling up our 2027 calendar. So you guys have spoken and said that y'all want a Carnival cruise from us. Y'all have spoken and said that y'all want a Royal cruise from us, and more land stuff. So we are looking at lots of options for 27.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Fox's Den, appreciate the love.
Absolutely, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, Larea, she's not damn flying at this.
Skeet, skeet.
It was one of the performers on Virgin, and she did this thing. You had to be there.
Skeet.
Horace Armstrong says, question, how do we become a member? Well, if you are on our YouTube page, it's actually probably easier because you're
it on the
probably on
computer?
your TV right now.
It's
and
easier on the computer.
they change everything. But if you're on the computer, it'll be on the homepage. It'll say join us. And that's how you become a member there. We'd love to have you.
Kiera, I'm going to hold you to it. And
Yeah.
Christina, I'm going to hold you to that one too. Come on.
Yeah, man.
Come
She
on.
said she wants to jump on the one in April. Come on with us, man.
Come on. Yeah, because she just booked my birthday bash.
Yeah. So what do we have coming up next? Next week we will probably not sip.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
I have a work trip. So if any of you are in the Baton Rouge area, hit me up. I'd love to meet you. I'll be in your city for the weekend, next weekend.
Thank you, DT.
So, going to, I've never been to Baton Rouge. It'll be my first time going to Baton Rouge. We're going for work, and I'll be down there with you guys. And then the following weekend, we will be in Cuba. So, definitely won't be doing a sip from there.
I mean, we might have the web ability.
Do a sip from.
Why not?
I don't think we're going to be.
You don't think so? I think a VPN would work.
Think?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
So probably the next
Maybe.
yeah. Unless we pop in like during the week or something like that.
It may not be like a full sip. It may be like an Instagram live or
yeah, we might have to do social or something. It won't be like a full deal.
It may not be a full live.
Yeah,
because we
really
may not
excited
have the bandwidth for
really
Cuba.
excited for everybody that may be on the sip that's going with us to Cuba. Really, really excited. That's going to be really, really good trip, and we've got a special guest coming with us. Really excited about that. We're going to do something special on Sunday while we're there.
Christina, basically, if you book with any one of us, you're invited to all activities.
Yes, when you book with us.
Yes.
If you don't book with us, we'll wave at you and say, hey what's
hi.
up? What
but
up, though?
yeah, if you book with us or Life with Us, you're getting all activities. It's because you were all going to be on the ship. So there. There. Thank you, DT, for gifting 5 people memberships. We totally appreciate when you do that. So 5 of you just got gifted a membership. Make sure when you get your trial, when the trial is over, you keep it up.
Yep.
That part. That way you get all the cool, fun stuff that we do for our members, like the happy half hour and the behind the scenes and things like that.
And if you get the top level,
and
remember,
you get
personalized counseling from us.
Yes, you get travel counseling.
One-on-one.
Terry throws in some recipes and videos and random.
This is good, by the way.
Some random stuff that we just put together for just the members. So thank you so much, you guys, for hearing Terry rant today.
Yeah, my bad.
He had to get that off his chest. We had to get that off our chest. We want to see us do better.
I haven't checked to see if we still have subscribers or
Of course
not.
we do.
You know, I probably.
We appreciate all of you for being here, and we were going at the end. We totally appreciate and love all the support that y'all give us, and helping us thrive and helping us keep our business going and things like that. We truly, truly appreciate it. What else?
Love y'all. Have a wonderful week.
Yes.
Hope you had a fantastic 4th of July.
That part.
Don't y'all be out there popping no fireworks. It's all over
It's
now.
over.
Save them for next year.
It's over.
See, I'll be the one.
Tell our neighbors.
That's when the cousins be doing the most. I'm just saying.
Just because 4th of July was a Friday don't mean that you get to do
to pop 'em
fireworks all weekend.
You get a grace period. You get a 24-hour grace period, but I don't want to be sitting around hearing all that.
I swear our neighbors don't hear this.
Bruh, that part. Stay out the heat, hydrate. We love y'all.
Yes, love y'all.